to Natural 6.
Who's that saying? Who's that welcoming us? Could it be Aoife Wilson? I don't think so. No one said, welcome to Natural 6, yar, which is how Aoife Wilson talks. No one said, all right there, bud, you're welcome, ayo, which is how Hollie Bennett talks. No one said, hi, I'm Alex Jordan, which is how Alex talks. And no one said, I've been wicked banana in my mouth. I'm a
Got him.
Accurate. Well, if I'm there, then who's here?
Hello, everybody. This is episode 22 of, I was going to say, Welcome to Natural 6, and it's episode 22 of our adventures in the world of... Yay! You're very welcome to be joining us here. I guess... we should say hi to our heroes. I mean, you probably feel at this stage like you've already met them today.
We've come in with real kids.
Hi, I'm Aoife Wilson.
Actually, should we do it? You do it.
I'll move my mic. Okay.
Hi, I'm Aoife Wilson, and I play Dolly de Winter, the Tiefling Bard. Hi, I'm Alex Jordan, and I play the Kobold Rogue. Hi, I'm Doug Cockle, and I play Kelnis, the Dragonborn Druid.
Hi, I'm Hollie, and I play Elowen Grenweir, the Human Fighter. And I'm Harry McEntire.
It's all falling apart so fast.
I'm Harry McEntire.
I think I just missed myself.
And I'm the fruit bowl without which these apples, pears, and fuck it, maybe avocados would roll straight off the countertop. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah!
Last time. You began in the aftermath of the fight with the flesh golem in the basement of Aska's neighbour, having discovered that the wasp had been pursuing the newly dead with the aid of the web. Elowen took some weapons from the wasp's cache, and Radiant attempted to raise the flesh golem as an undead servant, having recognised the face of his former associate Portree as one of the component parts of the construct. The spell failed, and you all headed back to Aska's, where Dolly's friend was entering the final stage of dinner preparation, ably assisted by Kelnis. You showed Kelnis the letter written to the wasp and told him what you had discovered in the basement. Kelnis revealed that he was the son of the Treespeaker mentioned in the letter, and that Yilda was a former friend who Kel had believed to be dead. Your suspicions roused, you began to rethink your interactions with both Aska and Dolus, resolving to watch both carefully over the coming hours and days. Back inside, you returned the chart. Radian questioned Aska about the wasp, but she could not recall any details about his physical appearance. Before sitting down to eat, your Dragonborn host presented you with a gift, a vial of cream which could give 5 individuals the benefit of a long rest. As dinner began, I, the character not the me, snuck out and filled a jar with wasps from the basement, hoping to use it as a signal for the others, should the opportunity arise. Aska fell to some shameless flirting with Radian, then swiftly apologised. The two of them spoke of faith, the Dragonborn, and the scene at the top of Mount Atria. After dinner, Aska and Kelnis shared a pipe, and Radian and Dolly shared a conversation about death. For the first time, Radian realised he wanted to live. That night you kept watch over the wasp's house but saw nothing of interest, and in the morning you met Dolus as agreed, I attempting to get a rise from him by producing the jar of wasps, though it elicited no particular reaction. Together with Dolus you met Aska at the waterside and set sail onto Fathom. Out on the water, the conditions were rough, and luck was not on your side. After a squall of wind did damage to the sails, a body floated near your ship and then attacked, lashing out with tendrils of hair and dragging Dolly, then Kelnis, into the water. Together you slew your enemy and continued on towards the nameless island on which sits the Sanctum, an island that has been nameless since the world began, maybe even longer than that. As you approached, a great creature attacked from beneath the waves. It struck the ship, seemingly intent on destroying it. You did battle with it, the creature rearing out of the water as it attacked before your combined efforts bested it. After the combat, Radian rounded on Aska, blaming her and her chart for your misfortune. Aska took offense at the suggestion that she could not be trusted, dropping anchor and insisting that Radian left the ship. She indicated that she would do what she could to wait for your return, I promising to give a firebolt signal when you were ready to return to the ship and depart. With Dolus leading the way, you uncovered a hidden door in the rocks at the base of the Sanctum, which led to the Forgotten Stair, secret entrance to the Dragonborn stronghold. Inside, you avoided falling boulders, navigated sentient glowing tendrils of moss, constructed rope bridges across high chasms, watched as Kelnis spread his wings to fly for the first time, canonically, and battled swarms of spiders as you climbed a ladder towards a marble ledge, during which Radian somehow teleported and saw a vision of people discussing him as he lay unconscious on the shores of Lake Kova. With the stairs ascended and the path ahead clear, you entered the Sanctum itself. Within you found a group of silver and gold-scaled soldiers of the Fortis Legion, seemingly waiting for you. Then Dolus spoke. You still do not remember me, Kelnis. It is hard to believe. Though it has been so long I have thought of you every day. I have not forgotten. I remember everything. As he spoke, his face was consumed by white heat, and he took the form of an elf with a scar on one side of his face. It was Yilda. He told Kelnis of his quest for revenge, of how long he had waited for this moment. He instructed the Legion to kill Kelnis last, and with the words, "The web is wide," he disappeared. And that's where we are now, having been consumed by white heat, spitting on the floor. Yilda teleports the hell out of there. Everybody roll initiative. And while you're doing that, I will remove Yilda from the board. I insisted we have a mini made for him. I have not used the mini. My apologies to Mark from Crafted Campaigns as ever. He's a beautiful, beautiful boy. Sadly gone. Now, while I'm up here, who thinks they're where coming through that door?
I was last up the ladder.
Okay, we'll put Elwyn at the back.
I think I was one of the last as well.
We'll put Kelnis at the back.
I think I was probably near the front.
Radian.
Yeah, I'll go near the front.
And then Dolly in the middle.
I guess so.
Dolly sandwich.
Dolly sandwich.
Delicious and nutritious.
I was going to say spicy, but I just don't think you would be.
No, I don't think Dolly's a spicy meatball.
No, there'd be something almost sickly sweet.
Like Turkish delight.
Good for a nibble, but not for a bite.
Disgusting is what we're saying.
Yeah. Sure.
So, you look up and see these gold and silver Dragonborn warriors. They're holding long swords. They seem to be paired up almost. As you come out, the stairs are immediately to your left, and in front of you is this great octagonal table with 8 chairs pushed underneath it. There are windows that line this 6th floor, 7th in fact, of the Sanctum Tower. To your right, one pair, a silver and a gold together. To your left, next to the stairs, barring your exit to the upper floors, are another 2 pairs of silver and gold. What did everybody get? Let's start with Dolly de Winter.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. And in fact, anyone get higher than that?
Yes.
Ooh.
21.
21. So we'll go I, and then we'll go Dolly. Anyone get higher than a 15? Anyone get higher than a 10?
I got a 10.
A 10.
We better come out of the
No, I got an 11 actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is your... Doesn't matter actually. Let's go. Who got a 10? 10. And what did you get, Radiant?
6.
A 6 from Radiant.
Yep.
You act first. This octagonal tower is 60 feet across. There's this great table in the middle. It'll cost you 5 feet to get up and 5 feet to get down if you want to climb over it, or if you want to go round it, you can do whatever you like.
Okay. I is gonna sprint headfirst towards the table and skid, drop down, slide underneath it.
Okay?
The one thing
So I'm
Harry
just gonna
didn't mention.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with it.
I'm just sliding underneath, and I'm going to hide under the table. I want to use my bonus action to hide, and then I want to take a shot immediately at the one of the two on the right. I'm going to go with the nearest one, which is the silver Dragonborn. So first of all, do you want me to roll for hide?
Let's.
That is a 19.
That is a 19. That absolutely hits.
No, that's for hide.
Oh, sorry, that's for the hide.
Yeah.
I've just revealed that they have a 19 or lower as an AC.
No.
Oh God, all my plans. Great. So that beats all their passive perception. Absolutely.
So yeah, then I 14. So yeah, I mean that's a 23.
A 23 to hit, and you're aiming for the silver one immediately.
Silver
to the left
one
of the table as
immediately
you slide
to the left
under.
of the table, right of the party.
Make your attack.
Okay.
You do not have an ally within 5 feet.
No.
You are hidden, so you get sneak
Which is
attack
why
anyway.
I chose to do the
Very
hiding
nice.
first. So that is a 6 plus the 6. That's 12 for my my base damage, and then I get my 3d6 for the sneak attack, and the total of those is a total of 10
Total of 10.
extra.
Marvelous. I will move our little scaly friend. I'm going to put you on top
On
of the
top,
table
just so we
rather
can
than
see,
under
yeah.
it, just so we can remember where you
Excuse
are.
me, I'm going to put my driving gloves on.
He's got driving gloves. Alex,
I mean
hell is
business.
happening?
I mean
Alex-
business.
Putting on business
Alex
gloves.
said, Alex was wearing some gloves just outside the studio, and I said, are you going to wear those in combat as a joke? And he went,
Oh, I am now.
Now I
now-
am.
I am now.
I mean business.
this is, you can tell, he's either going to drive an old car, get something hot out of the oven, or play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Also,
There's
everybody,
only-
how I can still use my phone even when I'm
can
wearing
you?
gloves.
But also, can I just say, not only can I use my phone like this, if I want to, I could scroll with the back of my finger, both sides.
I mean, I don't think I'd trust anyone who scrolled a phone with the back
Back
of
of
their
the finger. That's
No,
just like
that's
stroking
weird.
a
Yeah.
cat.
That is,
That's like the way some people hold their wine glasses.
we shan't get into that.
So- but so-
strays.
So with the act of hiding and then shooting, I have now given up my hide.
You are now visible sous la table.
So basically, that front Dragonborn went, where did he go? Ah, there he is. Like,
Where is he?
There he is. That is Dolly's turn.
So I think I'm going to turn to the gold dragonborn nearest her, which I believe would be the one at the bottom of the stairs.
It absolutely is.
Give him a little wink. Her eyes are going to start to glow yellow, and she's going to say, "Why don't you take a seat until we're ready to deal with you?" And she's casting suggestion.
Okay. And what does he have to do for?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
He has a +3. I shall roll in front of the table.
Can you make
In
him
front-
sit on the step, like the naughty step?
That is a nat 20. Oh! I tell you what, I made the choice not to roll anything out, and I'm rolled. That's a horrible. phrase.
that's a terrible thing.
Sometimes we
Roll
roll
it out.
before we start. It's a nat 20.
Well, then she's going to turn to Cal and be like, "This is going to be an interesting evening," and cast Bardic Inspiration. And that is my go.
So Kel has a D8 to add to his, a D20 roll. That is Elowyn Grenweird. Elowyn of House Grenweird.
This is really hard for me to. I'm assuming I went for this one.
I went
this one.
over this side.
side.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you are currently left of that. You are on the left.
Wait,
side.
I went this side.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was saying,
Marvellous.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was saying with the where's the two.
That's very straightforward. I thought you meant the two pairs because they're all in twos.
Oh, no, yeah, I meant the two.
It
like the
really
two
does
on
really
their
does
own.
not matter.
Matters to me.
So I'm gonna.
I.
Okay, so there's two here I can't see, is there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the. If I can get up to the one that I attacked with the bolt.
With the bolt, absolutely you can. So Elowyn, I'm going to say you can.
you want me to-
move
Yeah,
through
do you want us to?
Okay.
He's got his gloves on.
Yes,
Got my gloves on for a
Got-
reason.
He feels like a snooker referee.
So
Polish me.
right up in front.
Oh, no,
you're
she's stuck to the glove!
The worst
I'm
idea.
taking the gloves off. I'm taking the gloves off.
It's the quickest costume change I've ever seen. It's the
As we always like to say in Natural Six Towers, Alex.
land, Alex.
There's lots of things we can say.
It's amazing that you would say, as we all like to say, and then we all said a different thing.
Each one's equally as valid.
Okay, Elowen, you move up into the business of this already crossbow-bolted silver dragonborn.
I'm just going to attack.
Make your attack, baby.
Like you're shivving him in a prison.
That is 18.
18 hits.
Lovely. That's what we like.
Don't keep doing
That hits for 12.
Great.
So I'm going to attack again.
Love that for you.
And that is a 19.
Also
Dirty
hits.
19. It's dirty 19. But that hits for 9.
Okay.
And then I'll attack with my dagger. That is a natural 20.
Crit.
Which is a crit. So that is 6 plus 2, so that hits for 8.
Oh my god.
Elowen. He had 7 HP left before that dagger hit.
It is dagger flip
Lovely.
straight into the heart, and it is, I'm really sorry, I've got somebody else we need to see. And then I'm going to take my 15 feet of movement to go, I guess, behind the other one.
Absolutely. So as using your tactical shift, you can take 15 feet of movement every time you crit without provoking opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So you want to go, so we're calling each of these large squares, if you're looking at this on camera, we're calling each of these large squares 10 feet, so kind of half of these is 5 feet. So one there, and then where do you want to go?
Just behind him,
Behind him.
and then I'm going to action surge.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
I love this. I love this for you.
Trouble.
Let's see how we go first.
Oh, I don't like that.
That is a 19.
Oh my god.
It's dirty 19.
That does hit, yes.
Yep. And that hits for 12.
Okay.
And that is an 18. And
That does hit, yes.
that hits for 9.
Okay. Okay.
Just.
Okay. That is, in fact, his turn. This gold dragonborn that you've downed his this first member of the Fortis Legion, stabbed a dagger into him. These kind of confused eyes of this silver dragonborn. In the last moments of life, he sort of angles his head up and looks at his far beefier companion, then drops to the floor. You spin round the back of him, your cape sort of fanning out this beautiful
I
streak
appreciate
of
this, by the
purple
way.
across
Thank
the kind of vivid against the white marble of the tower, and you slash in to this gold dragonborn who turns to you with this bemused look on his face, almost as if he can't quite believe you've moved that fast for wearing that much armor. And he turns to you and his eyes narrow, he bares his teeth, and he is going to...
Breathe fire.
Can you just shut up?
Sure.
Stop what you're doing.
I'll tell you what he's going to do. He is going to move...
He's not.
He's still within your space. He can't do that. He's just going to breathe fire just at you. I'd like you to make a dexterity
Speaker.
saving throw.
It's a natural 20.
You're still going to take. You are still going to take some damage. You're going to take half of this damage. And I rolled. Oh, I did roll quite well. So that's 19 damage, rounded down to 9.
Okay.
But that is his entire turn as he breathes this plume, this line of fire direct. Can he? No, he can't quite. No, he can't. He can't. That's very clever movement, because otherwise he could have blown a cone and got other people.
Which is why I moved.
Take
Take the tank away.
Foiled again.
If there's a
Bennett.
room full of AoEs, the tank should never stand with the
Oliver.
squishies.
Oliver, please.
Warrior Main.
That is his turn. So we now move down the order and we go to Kelnis, the Dragonborn Druid.
Okay. First of all, let me check with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I can do this. Bark skin is a bonus action.
In the new player's handbook, it's a bonus action.
Okay, so what I do is I cast bark skin on myself.
Yeah, which is a leveled spell.
So it's at level 2, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. And then I hold out my hand and I say, "To me, Hank, come to me." And I call Hank forth, and I make him appear. How close are these 4 Dragonborn?
They are
hanging out over
all.
here?
They are. Well, that's 20 feet. I'm going to say that is. You can get. So that's 20 feet to the one It's 20 feet to the one remaining gold, which is fighting Elowen, which is the one that you can't see from your vantage point. But there's one right behind a wall.
Literally.
And then in terms of getting to the others, I'm going to say we're 10 feet, 20 feet. I'm going to say the furthest ones away are about 35 feet from you. All the others are within 30 feet. I'm not sure the summoning circumference or range on
There's no range listed on it.
What does it say? Does it not say a point you can see?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Let me have a little look.
I'm looking at it now, and it's...
Doug, I don't know if you can see.
Every now and then we see slightly different things.
No,
within 30 feet of you.
So are they within 30 feet?
It's all of them apart from this far pair. So you can get to either of the other pairs. Unless from where you guys can actually see better than me. Does that look about a little bit over 3 squares to get from Kel to the?
A little bit.
A little bit over.
That's a little bit over there.
Yeah, great. So we're going to say those two are 30.
Yeah.
The kind of pair nearest the stairs are 30 feet. The others would say are about 35. So you couldn't get Hank all up in their business, and the other one you could definitely get
About
to.
25.
Okay, I want to get Hank all up in somebody's business.
Great.
So I call him forth, and I place him...
Within 10 feet of the spirit.
Within 10.
You can hit all of them then. You can hit that entire
That's
floor.
what I wanted to do, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not reading the... Yes, great.
So I want to make him appear because...
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because as he appears,
Yes.
he causes 2d6 fire damage to
Absolutely.
everyone within 10
So
feet.
in that case, I've got 2 options for you. I've got Lil Hank,
Oh.
and I've got Lil Fiery Hank.
Little fiery
Lil
Hank.
Fiery Hank. Sit down, Lil Hank. We're sending you to the glue factory.
I think not.
Is Hank Fiery?
It's Hank Fiery. Correct. So we'll put him. He goes.
Thomas Hank.
This little pine marten explodes into existence in a shower and sheet of flame, and these Dragonborn are all going to make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC, or they will take 2d6 fire damage.
They have to beat a 16.
They have to beat a 16. Now, it doesn't say anything about they take half on a success, on a success, so they will either take all of this or none of this. I'm going to roll for the 2 golds first, who have a +1. I rolled a nat 1 and a 9, becomes a 10. Both the golds fail. Now the 2 silvers who have a +0. A 10 and a 14, so they all fail. 2d6 fire damage.
It's quite.
You roll the fire
Oh,
damage.
right, yeah.
Now it's your turn. You need to do
Yeah, do some more stuff.
So that's 6.
Into,
And I'd roll 3 more times, or?
no, they all take 2d6.
Yeah, so that was 6.
That's
No, they all take the
Oh, they all
same.
take the
Wow,
same.
They all take the
Okay.
same.
They all have resistance to fire damage. Oh, in fact, do they all?
No, because
Yes.
only golds do. Who is it, gold?
Yeah, very good. The golds will both. I love this from you.
Golds and
yes,
reds.
you're quite
are
right.
And
So the
silver,
golds,
right?
silver is cold damage. So the golds will take 3, which takes them down to that, and the silvers will take all 6, which takes them down to that. What a marvelous utility turn. Is there any movement that you would like to take, Kel? That's the last thing you can do, or you can stay just where the hell you beautiful are.
I will stay where the hell I beautiful am right now.
Perfect. So it's now the turn of these right-hand side boys. There are 4 of them. They have Hank, flamey and furious in their center. They have seen that I is under the table. And I'm going to say...
Looks at Hank.
That the... What?
But looks at Hank.
But looks at Hank quickly! I'm going to say that the 2 of them that are nearest I are going to throw... Oh, I tell you what they're going
No, I don't like
They're going to throw the
that.
table.
You cheeky little minxes. The silver... What fun can I have? Let's deal with the silver and gold at the base of the stairs. They are going to use their breath weapons on the three of you that are still at the stairs. And where you are, no one has cover. They are going to... I think they can hit you all in a line. I'm going to say that you are all within 5 feet of each other.
Can you say out loud who that is for people at home?
Absolutely. So that will be targeting Radian, Dolly, and Kelnis, the
Also, I
Dragonborn
can't see that
druid.
from where I'm sat.
So the first, let's deal with the gold one first. Everybody roll me a dexterity saving throw. Those three, please. Radian, Kelnis, and Dolly. Make some dex saves. What did you get?
I've got a dirty 20.
Radiant gets a dirty 21. You will take half.
15.
Dolly has a 15. You will also take half. Kel
21.
takes half. So, this is fire damage.
I take half.
So you take half again. Oh my god, I rolled 4 on 3d10. I rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2.
Oh my god!
You take 2, and the others of you take 1.
That's insane.
However, then it's then the gold. So I think you know how he's got slight performance anxiety. He's just seen some quite effective fire damage be dealt, and he mutters to his friend, "Watch this." And you hear, just like that, you hear a note before that he wants to go, but gets it a little bit wrong, goes, it's like a very narrow jet of sort of slightly flickery steam. His silver companion puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Charles, are you quite well?" That is now the silver one, who is also going to use his breath weapon. But that is going to be again a 30-foot line. It's another dexterity saving throw from those same three, please. You're going to be targeted by both of these breath weapons. What did we get there, Dolly de Winter?
8.
8.
6.
6.
Dirty 20.
Okay, Kel passes, the others of you fail. And that is...
Imagine the silver one just totally shows
Of course,
him
it's
up.
the one that I
that is 10 cold damage, or half for Kel. So 5 cold damage to Kel, 10 cold damage to Dolly, and to everyone.
Wait a
roll me-
minute. Was it fire damage before?
Yeah.
Cold
It's
damage.
cold
They're
on
silvers,
silver.
as you've pointed out.
No, not this time. The time before.
Yeah, it was fire.
Because I have resistance to fire.
I know.
damage.
So you took 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I
So it
got
was
you.
4, but you all passed. So you all took 2, but you and Dolly have resistance, so it's halved again.
Gotcha.
And you hear, everyone roll me perception checks. This will not affect your action economy. This is just dumb.
11.
11.
12.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
21.
21.
22.
21, 22, natural 20. You hear, this silver one breathes cold, and you hear Charles say in a terrified voice, barely above a whisper, "The apprentice has become the master."
Now that you've named him, I've got to write a glossary entry.
Oh yeah, okay. Bob, Travis.
Bob, Travis, and Charles.
Can I ask something? So I just got a natural 20 then.
Yeah.
I'll fix that glass.
Oh.
That glass could be smashed with a DC 12 athletics check.
Thank you.
Let me write that down. Terrifying when you ask things like that.
I'm in exchange for a nat 20.
Yeah, no, I love that. And then I love that. I'm really into just bargaining on the fly. Let's have the. I think I'm going to have the other two, the silver and the gold that are yet to go, throw their javelins under the sous la table, aiming for your boy I. So the gold, let's do the gold, who has a +7 to hit. That's a 6, becomes a 13. And the silver rolls a 4.
Uncanny
They
dodge.
both miss, baby.
Of course, yeah.
So a 13 and a 9 is not good enough to hit your boy.
No, I'm 16, yeah.
That is...
But I did have a question I was about to ask about Uncanny Dodge.
Go ahead.
So, in that moment where they both come for me, is it like it's one reaction? So, would I have been able to react to both?
No.
It's just one reaction on that
It's a reaction
round.
to a single. Yeah. So a reaction only, unless I think maybe there's specific circumstances I don't know about, a reaction can only ever be used to escape one thing.
Yeah.
So for example, your reaction is an opportunity attack sometimes, but it only happens if one person moves away from you. Even if 2 move at the same time, you can only swing for 1.
Yeah.
That's how time works.
That's how time works. That's just linear time. And as much as I'd love to change things for you, and hey, maybe we will one day with portals, for now we're dealing with linear time. That is Radian's turn.
He surveys the battlefield and what's going on, and an idea comes into his head.
Oh, good.
And he walks over to the fallen Dragonborn. And says, "Seems like you're waiting for us. We've gone by a number of names, but I like this one best. The newly dead." And then he casts Animate Dead.
Yes.
So, we've never used
One
this
of
before.
us.
One of us. One of us.
The spell creates an undead servant. I can choose a pile of bones or a corpse of a medium or small humanoid within range. Your spell imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature. The target becomes a skeleton if you choose bones, or a zombie if you choose a corpse.
So I will need you to find a way of bringing up zombie stats.
Yes.
Has someone got something where we can give?
Oh, that'll be in.
There you go.
Yep, we may well
Thank
have
you very
zombie
much.
that we can use there. Great.
The
So while they're finding it, why don't you tell us what it looks like and what it feels like?
Does it just automatically happen?
It just happens. So what happens for me? Oh, it's beautiful. It's not pretty.
It's the opposite of.
It's both of his eyes turn black, and he places his hand on the head of the creature, of this Dragonborn. And you see, like, the fingers start to twitch. It starts at the fingers, and then it kind of moves. And it's almost like you're watching it in stop motion, where it kind of like, it's moving and rigid. And this beast that was felled by Elowin starts to kind of like curl up. And it's almost inhuman in the way that it bends its back up, like a thing wouldn't even happen. You know, you would never imagine it to look like this. It curls up almost impossibly, and it forms a neutral evil zombie. It has an AC of 10, HP of 15, speed of 20 foot. It's immune to poison, exhaustion, has lovely dark vision. It's a nice little boy. What did we call the other one?
We haven't called that one anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I don't think I have a status effect
For zombie, no.
But what I will say, let's call it. Let's put this beautiful frightened, and we'll call that frightening. Would you like to place your own zombie, or would you like me to crawl on the table like a ninny again? I can do it.
I mean,
I'll crawl on the table like a ninny again, and I'll also move you over there because you now will have moved into the space of that former pair.
Do you want the gloves?
Yeah, I'll need the gloves, Alex. Alex, give me the gloves.
I thought this is what grabby hands was for.
Yeah, it is, but we fear that grabby hands might actually be a little bit too
powerful.
Too powerful.
Powerful.
Okay.
As he gets up, I say to the Dragonborn, "What's your name?" And he goes, because he can't speak. I go, "What's your name?" Brian. Good name.
Glossary. That is back to the top.
Brian the zombie.
That is back to the top of the order, and that is I's turn. Still sous la table.
Under the table, I feel a javelin just over one ear and then over the other. So immediately just spin and shoot in the direction, and I want to take a shot at the silver Dragonborn. So the one that my mini is facing right now, who's on the left-hand side of the quad.
Let me figure something out for a second. I'm going to make a ruling. I don't know if you're going to ask for this. I don't think Hank counts as an ally.
Oh.
Unless he's commanded to.
Oh.
Does he count as an ally?
Because here's the thing. I wouldn't have made that decision.
Okay,
if
he's
I
an
got-
ally. Sweetheart, he's an ally.
He does work under his own initiative, right? So-
Sweetheart, he's an ally. He's an ally. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry for what I said. I wish I hadn't. I wish I could take it back.
It's all
What we
right.
can do
I-
is move
I was just
forward
hurt, but it's
with
fine.
renewed trust.
I was hurt, but now I'm fine. Okay, yeah, great. Then so I want to take a shot at the nearest Dragonborn to me, which is the silver one.
Very good. You may make an attack roll with it. You make an attack roll.
Yeah. That is a 14.
A 14 does not hit.
Okay.
These have some natural armor, these guys, and they have sort of some subsidiary stuff on their shoulders and on their wrists. And your crossbow bolt is close to piercing their natural hide, but just glances off at the last moment.
So with the failure of that, I would like to... I don't think it's reasonable for me to just go, I'm going to hide again under the table because they know I'm...
there are a lot... I mean, I know this sounds ridiculous.
chairs.
I've tucked all the chairs in.
Yeah.
There are a lot of chair legs under there,
Well-
and you are sort of chair leg coloured.
What I would like to do though,
Update the
very
glossary.
helpful. I'm a very
Yeah.
friendly DM.
what I would like to do is actually, more I feel like it makes sense in the moment, I would like to move the far side of the table where no one is and use one of the chairs and hide behind a chair.
Use one of the chairs.
So-
show me what you mean. You
So
get
I
up
would
there and
like
show
to-
me what you mean,
I
Nobby.
would like to come out of the table
Ugh.
and kind of hide here behind a chair out of the vision.
I'm happy with it. Roll me a stealth check.
That is a 29.
Yep, does it, you know.
Great. That's an 85. Just
How it feels when he
you're
does
just making
that.
up numbers now. 29. What does that mean?
That is Dolly's turn.
She's going. First of all, she's going to kind of just saunter towards the table.
So let me describe briefly again for our audio people where everyone is. So as we come in and we imagine that the newly dead were at 6 o'clock, Elowen and Radian have moved around to about 4 o'clock, say 3:30. They're fighting a silver and a gold. The silver now being brought back as a zombie. In the center of the table is in the center of the room is a large table, which I has moved to the other side of, 12 o'clock, still about 15 feet from the back wall of the space. And over to the left-hand side around 7 o'clock at the base of the set of stairs through which you guys entered via a secret door are the 4 remaining Dragonborn with Hank in their midst. Dolly moves up towards the table.
Yeah, just going to saunter up towards the table, be like, "Hey, Charles, do you know why dragons are naturally good at improv? They're used to winging it." She's going to cast Ash's hideous laughter.
Oh no! Oh no! Go on.
You
That
hear an
was-
audible groan from the other side of the table, just going,
Another.
And then I've
another
come out of
wisdom.
hiding.
There's a +3. That's a 5 on the die.
Yeah, that is a fail.
Okay.
So perceives everything as hilariously funny, which that joke was. Falls into
Which
fits of
canonically it now was.
Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration.
Wow.
And at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw.
Incapacitated for Charles. You can feel and you sense that this is a real fall from grace from Charles. Charles was considered not only the senior member of his own little pairing, but probably the highest ranking member of the Fortis Legion in the room. And the laughter comes through a mist of tears, and you spot that the other Dragonborn ruefully shake their heads because it's like D at the beginning of Men in Black, when Kay realizes, oh my gosh, we got to get rid of this guy's memory. Spoilers for the first 2 minutes of the 20-year-old film Men in Black.
What do you think the Venn diagram of people who appreciate D&D and the people
High.
who enjoy the
High.
McEntire set?
I think it's almost, I'd say it's total
I would
overlap.
think it's higher than most films that aren't in the fantasy genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, that is your turn, right?
I believe so, yes.
Absolutely marvelous. That is Elowen's turn.
She's back.
It's back. So that goal that's near me,
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep hitting it.
Okay. I wish you wouldn't, but I guess you can.
That is a 23.
Yep, I don't like it, but I'll have to go along with it.
And that hits for 8.
In
Yeah.
German.
Ich nichten lichten.
It's like a 20-something. It hits.
Yeah,
it hits.
sure, go on. My babies.
For 12.
Do you know how long this took Mark to paint? Won't someone think of Mark?
Well, I am. I brought one at the back so we could see it.
Yeah. By the way, Yilda still exists, everybody. Yay!
Sorry,
I'll kill you in a later ep. Carry on.
God.
And that is a natural 20.
Stop! He's already dead.
That hits for 9.
So he had 9 HP.
Okay. So with that, it's literally swing my dagger around. This time it is, once again, from his back, from behind him, I think, still. Oh, no, he did turn around, in fairness.
Did turn around, yeah.
Again, it is straight into the heart. He's like, I told you, we're busy. Out. And then I will take my movement and sort of come around to where I is.
Okay, let's say you can take 15 feet and you're so you can get to there.
I haven't taken. Can I take the rest?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just want to get right behind I? Or do you
Yeah.
want to keep going further round?
I'll go further around.
As in Delian.
35.
Pincer attack.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call that at about 45. So that was quite the turn again.
As Eloin spins around the table into view next to I, who's sort of low to the ground, looks up and sort of, it's almost like a child looking up in reverie at Zorro.
And I just like go past him like, you're not the only one with a cape.
That is his turn. Oh, wait, he's dead. Kelnis, that is your turn. Kelnis is the only one who is currently still at the base of the stairs where you came out. So away to your right-hand side in front of you is Radian and his now zombie-controlled member of the Fortis Legion. Directly in front of you is Dolly next to the table. Across the other side at sort of 12 o'clock from her is I. Eloin's come a little further round, rounding on the 4 remaining Dragonborn, who are both to your left, with Hank in the center of them. Just a reminder, Hank will use the dodge action unless you use a bonus action to tell him to do something else.
Yep. So what I'm going, how far away are they from me again?
I'm going to say
20
they
feet?
are, I said that these first ones here, the nearest ones are, let's call it 25 feet, and the furthest ones are 35 feet.
Okay, I want to move 20 feet forward.
Okay, I will do that for you. Tell me what else you want to do.
And I want to cast Burning Hands as a cone, 15 foot cone, to get them all in it. And then...
Yeah.
And then...
I'm so glad someone's done that because I purposefully left 4 of them because 3 of you cast AoEs for a living.
Yeah.
And so far, you haven't.
You haven't.
I'm getting in crowd control like first.
Crowd control.
I've got a friend.
You chose to animate someone who can't even move that fast.
Go ahead, Kel.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Yep.
And because
Could you not?
I now have an enhanced bond because Hank is out, I add 1d8 to to the damage I deal.
Yeah, you
Oh
did.
my
Because
God.
if it's fire damage.
Yeah.
Hank's just going.
Yeah, man, okay.
But Hank doesn't do anything. It's just because he's present. My
have you
burning
cast
hands.
His little tail is wagging. Yeah.
He's doing it! I love it so much!
Doug,
There's no more normal land!
Doug's still got his bardic.
Yeah, Doug
I
does
do,
have his body.
but
But this is an AoE. This is them making a save.
they're safe. They're safe.
Yeah,
right?
so
No
it's
need at the moment.
it's a dex save of 16.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the dex saves for the 2 golds, who will of course have resistance to this damage, and they add a 1. They get a 19 becomes a 20, and a 13 becomes a 14. In fact, as incapacitated, I don't know if you have disadvantage on wisdom saves as an incapacitated. On dex, it was dex saves, wasn't it? I think you may well have disadvantage on incapacitated.
It doesn't say about the status effect. However, it says it has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not
Oh, yeah.
incapacitated would mean, for some reason, it's because I'm exploring my history rather than anything else. Incapacitated, it cannot take actions or reactions. Let's just see so we can get this right. Yeah, can't take actions or reactions. It doesn't say anything. And prone, and also prone.
That would be double.
No, it wouldn't. No. Option to crawl, disadvantage on attack rolls. You would have advantage on it if you were attacking it from melee, but you're not.
No.
So I'm just going to say they're going to roll this. Let's say the one on the floor, which is the one that has, is the one that failed. The one stood up is the one that passed, and now I'm going to roll for the 2 silvers. So Charles's companion and the other one. They have a +0. They roll an 8 and a 2 on the die, so they both fail. So stood up is going to take half, and the others are going to take full, correct?
Plus whatever I roll on the
Yeah,
D8.
so roll all the
Additional
damage.
Yep. It's 3d6 damage, fire damage. 6, 8, 9, 13.
Yeah.
13
Plus
2.
2.
So
So
15.
15 damage total. So the silver is going to take 15 damage, and the silver is going to take 15 damage, and the gold, who still stood up, who passed, takes half the damage because he's resistant to fire, and half because he saved the save. So he 7, which is then halved again to 3. Whereas the other one on the floor, incapacitated, takes 7.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
I command Hank to teleport back to me, and as he teleports back, he causes 1d6 damage, fire damage to everyone within 10 feet.
Yes. Oh, Doug! Yes.
And
Yes.
you know
so
that
he's-
like
this is
Ant's little like tail and bum are twiggling with like excitement, like
Hank's never. Yeah. Hank's,
I would
it's
like-
it's like a sheepdog who is suddenly owned by a good farmer.
yeah,
You know.
that's how it feels.
I would like the community to fill the comments of this video with simply Doug in capital letters. Just
So,
Doug!
shall I just have him? I've just had him teleport back to like literally just behind you.
Yeah.
Perfect. So they all take 1d6 fire damage.
1d6 plus 3.
1d6 plus 3. Can you roll that d6 for me, please?
It's 5 plus 3.
5 plus 3 is 8. So the one on the floor will take 4. So that's that much, and another 4 for that guy, and then 8 for both of them. Great. Great, great. Gorgeous. It's going just as I planned. It is their turn now, the ones who are on that right-hand side. As before, the first ones are going to be the ones that it's going to be incapacitated Charles, and it's going to be, in fact, who can now roll.
His wisdom saving. throw.
And is that per time he takes damage?
It's no, it's at the end. Oh yes, it is at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage.
Each time it takes damage, so it can roll with advantage if it takes
correct,
damage. So it's
yeah.
going to roll with advantage twice because it's taken damage once from Burning Hands and then once from Hank. So it's a wisdom save.
That's correct.
It's a +3, rolling with advantage. A 15 becomes an 18. That
Yeah, that's
passes.
passes.
Okay, so he is no longer incapacitated, but he is still a sad little Charles. That is going to ooh. Here's what happens. The silver companion of Charles is stood staring at Kel. And you see all 4 of these Dragonborn heads turn to you, Kelness. And Charles raises his scimitar high above his head to strike down on you, and the silver companion reaches up and holds his hand, stops his hand and says, "We were told to leave him till last." And they are going to refocus their attention and they are going to try and get away from you, and they are going to run towards Elowen and I.
But they don't know I is.
But they don't know I is there. Can
Surprise.
I get them there? I think we can go 1, 2. I'm going to say we can just about get Charles and Camilla there. The other one is called Camilla.
Now, in this moment, with the choice that I made to hide, obviously I have
You are
hidden.
hidden. You are
So
hidden.
technically, we're still. So maybe like, I kind of sense them coming and I hide behind the
Baby,
tree. Yeah.
you're hidden. They
Cool.
can't see you.
Cool, cool, cool.
In fact, I'm going to slightly fudge this, but they go to run forward, and as they're going to run forward, I'm going to say these guys can kind of share initiative. They rolled initiative right next to each other. No one goes before them. These other 2 are going to breathe some fire. They breathe fire over. This is going to hit you. No, it's not. It's a line.
Can't they only use breath weapons once per...
No, these are homebrewed. These are homebrewed, baby. There's no such thing as a member of the Fortis Legion in the Monster Manual, so I kind of have carte blanche. And also, these ones haven't yet breathed fire. This is still their first time doing
cool,
this,
yes,
not
yeah,
Charles and the other. Who'd have thought?
Yes,
who'd have thought this would be our dynamic, Doug?
So we're saying if I'm ducked down kind of behind the table and the chair, am I within it? Am I within that
You're not within a 5 feet. The line is only 5 feet wide.
Do you mean, do you have cover?
Do I? Yeah, like have I got cover? Like
I'm saying they don't know you're there,
Yeah.
and they are aiming at Elowin, and you're not within Elowin's space because she specifically says, I move past I, which means to me she's not within 5 feet of you.
Great.
Even if the limitations of the map we're
Great.
using imply that you are.
Cool.
So Elowin, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 19.
A 19. Okay, so that is for the golden breath weapon. You will still take half damage from this. Let's see if I roll better than I did last time. I did. That is 16, of which you take 8.
Yep.
And then the silver is going to use its breath weapon. Roll me another dexterity saving throw, please.
And that is 17.
Also passes. And that is, they rolled even better actually. That's a 17, of which again you take 8 because we round down. So 16 damage total, 8 fire, 8 cold. Then these two, I'm afraid, are going to rush in. They've been told not to get Kelnis. They can see you.
Yep.
Charles and Camilla are going to take their attacks. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Charles first. Sorry, I just rolled with advantage and I don't know why, but let me check. The highest of those was a 15, which doesn't hit you anyway, right?
No.
What is your AC? Okay,
16.
That's fine. That's my bad. Now the one is going to hit you with a sword. That's a 19 on the die,
That
which becomes
hits.
a 24. They are going to... They do 7 piercing damage to you. And they are also, as a bonus action, as it cuts into you, this short sword stabs into you, you hear this kind of draconic speech, which you would recognize, and you would recognize Kelnis, both I and Kelnis. You hear them him speak, Camilla speaks an incantation. And in Draconic you hear the words, "Be the light." And they are going to divine smite you.
Ooh,
These are paladins
spicy.
after all. And you take an additional 4 points of radiant damage.
Cool.
1d8. That is... I think the other two... Are they going to try and get away from you, Kel? They don't want to be near you. They don't want to have to fight you. I think they are. I think they're going to move away. So we're getting a little... are they going to do that? No, they'll stay where they are. They'll stay where they are. That is Radiant Thornbear's turn. What are we going to do with Brian?
How far are Radiant and Brian from
Anything.
the lads over there?
So you are across the table from them.
Yeah.
I would say it's... we can try and calculate it, but I would say it's at least 45 feet. Or 40 feet. 40 feet to go the short way and get to the silver and gold, and still relatively near Kelnis. 45 feet to go the long way around and get to Charles and Camilla.
Brian only has like 20 feet of
He only has 20 feet of movement, so I go, I'm not going to lie, Brian. I kind of brought you back just to look cool. I don't know what to do with you. And he goes, I'm like, listen, I'm going to have to do something that has nothing to do with you, but just don't get offended. I still think you're really cool.
And I kill Brian.
No. And he kind of like moves like, whoa, 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 whoa. You'll have your turn, Brian.
You will have your summer, Brian.
Yeah. You shall sup in the blood of your friend. I can't animate dead on the other one. No.
Please
I mean, that would be fun.
No, do something useful.
It would be fun.
It would be
baby.
fun. I mean,
it would
like-
be a lot of fun. I mean, I
They
don't
can just
know.
play patty cake together.
What's that, Brian? You're lonely.
Just do something fun, please.
You want a friend? Okay.
Are you going to do it again?
Oh my god.
I'm in so much
Oh, I had him ready. I had him
Do you
ready.
want to? Do you want him? Does people at home want him? Want another one?
Vote in the poll now. We'll stop filming and we'll wait till this comes out 6 weeks later.
No, I'm
family of Dragonborn zombies.
gonna cast animate dead on the one next to him and go. Okay, you want a friend? No, I'm going to do chromatic orb, and I'm going to fire it across because I see that Indelian is in trouble over there.
Would you like it? You'd like to fire it at the silver or at the gold?
At the gold.
At the gold.
And I want to do it at second level, and it's going to be a
4d8 if you hit.
Please it.
yeah, and it's going to fingers crossed.
At the gold.
Yeah, it's 24.
It hits.
Yeah, 48. Lovely. It's acid, by the way. It's
48 acid damage. Marvellous.
Do you want to?
I'd love to.
That allows me to say one of my favourite words, ichor. This
Ichor.
black acidic ichor. A motive ichor. Unknown black liquid.
Oh, that's such a shame. That is 15, 19, 24.
Cool. Yep. Okay.
Great.
He takes it.
And I go, I'm so sorry about that, Brian. You look great. I just had to help my friend. She was getting really, stabbed a lot.
This, as you hurl this mote of acid across the table, it streaks into the face of this Dragonborn, and there's this. Has Kel, do you think, ever stubbed his toe or hurt himself or stumbled on the journey with these guys? Have they ever heard sort of a moment of a Dragonborn actually just being caught off guard, like in the same way that a dog might like if you step on a dog's tail or a human bangs their shin? What would a Dragonborn
I
exclamation?
don't know, because I grew up amongst elves.
But what does he do?
Kel just goes, oh my.
You hear only intraconic, those of you who understand. Oh my. That is back to the top of the order. It's going to be Ai's turn. I'm just going to give everyone a sense, listening along, of where we are. So over on the right-hand side, we have Radian and his friend Brian. Just to his left, at the center of just near the table, is Dolly. Coming further round to the left, Hank is just behind Kelness. Then we move into the sort of top left-hand quadrant, almost, if you want to imagine it like that, between 9 and 12 of the room, depending on where they came in. And we have Ai hiding behind the legs of a chair, Elowin, who's just been struck by a silver dragonborn with a divine smite, and there's a golden dragonborn that's been hit with some acid damage. And then back towards Kelness, in between Kelness and Elowin, are our remaining pair of dragonborn Fortis Legion members.
I is going to scoot under the table, round the chair, so he's on the flank of the silver dragonborn.
Yeah, you got movement to do that.
And he is going to pop out from under the table.
Yep.
And go, a Charles's friend. And sorry. So like a flank
this
here.
one. Yep.
And he's gonna pop out and go, a Charles's friend. And he's gonna go dagger.
Dagger, two double.
Dink.
I've tried to. Oh my gosh, we can actually get Ai under the table. I mean, I now can't see him or move him, but nevertheless, it's a very.
I like the
exciting
idea of
moment
like
if you're
I
me.
and Hank having a little making a den.
Oh.
You have to remember that.
I loved making dens.
Yeah,
Making dens is maybe
he'd
the
make
best.
all of us put our capes over it.
And that is for the first dagger.
Yep.
Is a 16.
Just hits.
Do you want me to roll the damage at a time? Because I mean, like.
Yeah, you can do, baby.
Okay. So that's 1d4 plus 5. So that is just 6 total for that. And then the next one, I don't add my damage modifier, but that is a 21. And then the 1d4 is 2 damage. And then my 3d6.
So it was just 2 damage on the second hit.
Yeah, just 2 damage on the second one.
Yep,
And then my 3d6. There it is, that's fine. Oh my god. That's only 5 extra.
Okay. It's not like you've used a use of anything, though. You know what I mean? That's the great thing about being a rogue. It's not like you only have 6 sneak attacks per session.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe you do. Homebrew rule. Roll for him.
So, assuming he is not dead in that moment,
He's not
I
dead.
just goes, Charles's friend, and goes, and just looks up and sees this dragonborn just looking at him, and just kind of goes, hi.
I just give a reassuring nod. It's fine, honey.
Of course, not hidden because you've used your bonus. Because Alex has used his bonus action. So that is Dolly de Winter's turn.
I think she's gonna because she's right by the table. She's
Yep.
gonna attempt to sort of just like hop up on there.
5 feet of movement.
But do it really cool, like a little bit of a flippy.
6 feet of movement. Yeah, no.
Thought you were gonna make me roll an acrobatics.
No.
check.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Shall I do it? Shall I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Shall I
Roll me an
just for fun?
acrobatics check.
See
You
how
might be
cool it
prone
is?
on top of the table.
Natural 20! Literally, just
Okay.
takes her 2 hands
In
and
that,
just goes.
in that case,
like-
I'm going to say parkour style. You do that 2-handed thing. That doesn't cost you any movement to get up on the table.
Brilliant. Okay.
So you still have,
Some
you still have,
movement to
30, you still have 30 feet of
Really
movement.
cool.
It was
Yeah.
hot as hell.
And she's gonna turn to these guys over here and be like, okay, bored now. As my friend said, we're looking for someone. And then just cast Shatter.
Great. So Dolly looks
No.
to the two.
No.
She says, me cast.
No, she doesn't. She absolutely does not. Did you see how cool that was? Don't take this away from me.
No, absolutely. We must.
You did an incredibly cool thing.
So Dolly looks to the two that are currently not in combat with Elowen and
Does a
I.
hair flip?
Constitution saves.
Yes, it is.
They both have a +2, so I can roll them both flat. This one is for the gold. This one is for the silver.
Okay.
18 on the. So the gold passes with a dirty 20. The silver fails with a 10.
Okay, well, it's 3d8 thunder damage, and I guess the gold will take half of it.
Sorry?
The gold will take half of it.
Yes.
Sorry, that was the gold will take half of that.
12 and 5 is 17.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And then the other takes 7.
Did anyone see that?
You see that this silver dragon stumbles, puts his hand up, and it's grabbed by the gold, who says,
Courage, Timothy.
that is Elowen's turn.
I'm going to attack the golden.
Gold one in front of you.
And that is only a 15.
Misses.
And then I miss again.
Wow.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind. And I'm going to use that to move 15 feet without provoking opportunity attack and take my full 45 to move back around.
Yeah, man. You're all really optimizing at this point. It's a nightmare. We'll go 5, 10, 15,
bound to happen
20,
at some point.
25, 30,
Yeah,
35.
exactly.
He says,
Oh, no,
as the
that was
rogue
the
has
eight.
just
Sorry.
put himself in melee range.
Yeah, just take me. Just take me clear out.
I think just arrived back at Radian and Brian.
Yeah.
So
Brian's time to shine.
Indelian has just looked down at Eye and gone, it's okay, and then run.
It's not a lot, but it also gives me 11 HP because I used the second wind.
Lovely, lovely. I love that for you.
Hey, meet Brian.
We're going to talk about this later.
Let's go then to our next player, who is that is the two that were all up in Yow business, Elowen,
Yep.
Charles and Camilla, who are now next to I. There's very little for it, baby. They're going to take their they should have 2 attacks. I've only been giving them 1.
Yay.
Well, well, bully for me. So this, the gold one's going to take 2 short sword attacks at you. A nat. Holy shit!
Nat one?
2 nat ones.
Oh, he stabs himself.
Wow! I've never done that before. I've never done that
Snake
before.
eyes.
Whoa!
God.
And the silver one is now going to take 2 attacks at you. That's a 16 and a 21.
Yeah, the 16.
Silver
They
bars.
both,
Yep.
so they both hit.
Yep.
On which one?
21.
On the 21. Okay. So tell me how Silvery Barbs works again. They have to re-roll that 21.
Yes.
And
then it will they take the lower roll and choose a different creature you can see within range. Can I see I right now?
You just peeked your head out from underneath the table, really. I'm saying
Yeah.
you can't, I'm afraid.
And I spoke as I attacked.
Yeah. So I think from your vantage point, you didn't choose to walk forward. I think you would see them hacking down at something. I don't think
Okay.
you'd see its eye.
Well, fine. I mean, I'm just gonna be like, hey, pick on someone your own size, and force him to reroll.
Okay, so we'll re-roll.
I'm gonna assume it's eye under there.
That's a 17 on the die, I'm afraid. So it still hits. He is going to. So I'm going to roll
Can he dodge?
the. Let me roll all the damage because he's also going to use his last divine smite.
Okay.
So I'll roll all the damage and then you tell me what happens. He does. Oh my god! I'm rolling so badly on damage. I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the die. He rolls 5 piercing, and then he uses his last divine smite and rolls 15 on his radiant damage. So it's 5 plus 15, so it's 20 damage total. Is it from 1 attack? And can he dodge 1 attack?
That is a
right?
very good question. 1 second. Where's it gone on here?
I think it is 1 attack. So technically, that's my fault. I should have separated them. So what I'll do is I'll be generous and say you can halve the 2 down to another 1, and you can halve the 15 down to a 7.
Attack.
Yeah, so we'll say the attack on which he didn't Divine Smite is the one that you let hit you for 1.
Okay.
And then the one on which he did Divine Smite, you will halve this 2 to a 1 and the 8 and the 15 to a 7. So it's 9 damage total.
Ugh.
I'm a nice
I
boy.
feel like that meme where he's got all the maths sort of flying out of their face.
So do I. Okay, that is now the 2 that are closest to Kel and the Wildfire Hank. It's not Charles and Camilla, it's Timothy Plus. Timothy Plus were just targeted by your shatter, and I don't see any reason why they can't throw some...
Pebbles? Throw some pebbles?
Leave me alone.
Throw some fire breath and a cold breath at you. Golden one first. Dex save, please. That's more like it on damage.
Don't say that.
That's an 18.
Passes. 21 damage halved to 10.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, a 7, and a 6. And then that's fire damage. That's fire damage, halved again to 5. And now please make me another dexterity saving throw for the cold damage.
It's not so good. That's a 13.
That's a 13. Passes. Why did I make that so low? Passes. That is 19 cold damage,
Still pretty
halved to 10.
Okay.
It's a spicy combination.
That is all of
Hellish Rebuke. On the cold one.
on the cold one. Great. Love that for Yale. That's their breath weapons used. Tell me what happens on Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke, I'm just gonna be like, hey, that's not nice. Point your finger. The creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. Creature must make a dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save.
9 with a +0.
Brilliant. So 2d10 fire damage then.
Which it will take. Oh, it will take it all.
It will take it all because it's silver. I thought it was flare, but it's actually mechanically a nightmare.
12.
12. Dolly.
Did I?
Yes.
Whoa! Dolly got one!
Yes.
Dolly!
It's like taking a really little kid fishing and being like, "You got? What do you mean you got one?"
Yeah, just be like, see how you like it. You're playing with fire. And just turns it completely back on him, and he just erupts in hellish flames.
You
Burns to a little crisp.
and you hear
Little crispy boy.
You hear the gold say, "Timothy," as he
Please
just
stop naming them.
turns to ash.
Sorry, Tim.
That is Radian's turn.
I obviously see that go down, and I just go, Brian, that was cool, right? High five. And then I say, Brian, we're gonna go over here. And I just notice that he's walking so slowly. And I'm like, Brian, come on, just do something cool. And we managed to get like the 20-foot
Can I say something? Yesterday, canonically, we played D&D briefly on a BBC breakfast show.
Very briefly.
And we spent the entire time trying to figure out, I was like, great, we'll just use this as an opportunity. I'll put you up against different challenge-rated creatures and we'll see what it's like and how much you can handle. Obviously, it won't be that useful because normally you'd have Ben. Ben has contributed as much to this fight as he did at an event where he was not there. He has dealt no damage.
No, I did.
How much did you do with Karate?
24.
That's all right.
Oh, that was actually no.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry.
But at the same time, I was genuinely closer to raising the other one from the dead and having like some cool people cheering them
So
on.
tell me where you're going.
So we're gonna be heading round the table to
This north.
Oh no, wait! Is there a person still alive? Oh, it's my
there is
Brian.
one
My
here.
Brian boy. Yeah, we're gonna head around.
Okay, so you've got 30 feet. You've got 35 feet of movement, right? Or do you want to stay with Brian?
Oh, I'm
and move
dragging
20?
Brian 20
Right,
feet.
Okay, so we're going to say that brings Brian to where. Oh, I knocked a chair over.
Oh, no.
That brings Brian over to where Hank is. So we now have a little cluster. We have Hank. We have Brian, who is facing the wrong way, and I quite like that.
Yeah. He keeps wanting to like leave the room for some reason. I'm like, Brian, stay focused, okay? We're gonna do some cool stuff. So I go, Kel, Brian, Kel, we're trying to make this work. And he looks like he's useless right now, and he may prove still to be useless, but right now, and then he just cast magic missile at the gold ones.
Oh, great, cool. So that is they hit, right? They automatically hit.
It's
there are three of them
darts,
at level 1.
Yeah.
1d4
plus 1.
1 force
Four,
damage.
yeah. Go smash a window, Brian. That's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4, so times 3.
No, you roll for each one on magic missile, I think.
Let's do it.
2 plus another 2, that's 6.
Yep. That's
Oh,
another 2. It's 8. Oh, we can do it again if you want.
Was it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Great, then take it.
Plus a 4.
So that's 8 plus 4 is 12.
Yes.
This guy takes that damage. We are round to the top of the order again. I'll just give a little sense of where everything is. So almost now at the base of the stairs, there is Brian, Radian, Hank, and Kel in a little cluster. Just next to them, but high up on a table, is Dolly. Away to the right-hand side, separate from everyone, is Elowen. And then round the far side of the table from our cluster is I with Charles and Camilla attacking, and the unnamed Dragonborn.
Princess Di with Charles and Camilla.
Oh, let's do Di. Let's do. Oh, Princess Di with Charles and Camilla. Oh my God! It's the sequel we all wanted.
We love the royal family.
And then the one remaining gold Dragonborn is the base of the stairs is in between Kel plus and this one gold remaining Dragonborn. Aye, that is your turn. You are under the table.
So I looks up at the person who doesn't know is called Camilla, with like a fury in his eyes, and he looks up and he points, and then he opens his palm, and a little smile comes over, and he blows a little mound of dust. And he.
I thought you were leaning more into the Lady Di thing. I hate you, and I don't know why. Why?
And he casts Colour Spray, which is 6 D10 and 6 D10 to cumulatively gather the HP that I can hit.
To the silver.
So it casts in a cone.
Great, love
15 foot.
Love it.
And the combined HP that I get on these 6 D10, it can hit. It can cover to the max of that. So let's say the first one is 10 and the other one is 10. If I get 15, I can only hit the one, but if I get 20, I can hit both of them because it covers both their HP. So that is
it's like the old sleep mechanics.
Okay, so that's high. That's decent. Okay, so we've got a 9.
I'll keep count for you.
And a 6.
15.
An 8.
23.
A 7.
30.
A 7.
37.
And a 1.
38.
So I would like to, if possible, get both of them, but if not, I want to
tell you what their combined HP is?
Yeah.
39.
4. Oh! So I looks up, points, little smile, and he just opens his palm, and a small little mound of dust magically appears, and he blows it in their eyes. They are blinded.
Yep.
So a dazzling array of flashing coloured light springs from your hand. That many hit points is how many it can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you and affecting in ascending order their current hit points, starting with the creature with the lowest. For 1 round, they are unable to see. And that is my action. So rather than using my action to disengage and hide, I now still have my... I can just take a step back under the table and hide under the table.
I like to think that Camilla and Charles are always blind.
Be in love.
I tell you what is blind. Love.
Love is blind.
Although on the screen, I appear. I'm sorry, I'm off mic. Seb.
Although on the screen it appears like I is on top of the table, he is in fact sous la table.
Exactly. I'm under the table and I would like to try and hide, and that is a 30.
Yeah, that high.
Why are you making up numbers?
That's one.
That's no.
19 on the die. 19 on the die.
19 on the die, yeah. And I feels pretty smug.
That is Dolly's turn.
Dolly is going to move towards the dragon, one of the Dragonborn, whichever's closest that I just blinded.
The silver.
She's gonna unsheath her dagger and she's gonna go. This isn't personal, but it's gonna feel like it is, and sink her dagger into them.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll roll to see if
Let
that
me
works
check
first.
if blinded means you have advantage on the attack roll.
Let me just find out what
Have you ever used a dagger before?
I have, but I
On me.
Oh yeah.
That's so. The first one is an 18.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the highest one. 18. So, and then I'm also going to use psychic blades. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So first, I'll roll the damage for the regular attack first, which is 1d4 plus 3,
Do you?
which
Yep.
is 4, and
So
then
that four in total.
Yeah.
Yes. 4 in total, and then Psychic Blades, expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage. So that's 14.
Dolly. She's just a threshing machine these days.
So
That's another kill.
So yeah, she's gonna walk up and be like, "This isn't personal, but it's gonna feel like it is. It's gonna sink in. All these other psychic daggers are gonna dance around for a second and also sink in. He's gonna slump forward. She's going, no, look at me. Tilt his head up towards her and be like, yeah, and then
Amazing. I wish my stomach wasn't making that mad noise. I'm so sorry for grumbling on your parade. But holy shit, it's the most metal thing anyone's done.
I never get this. Never happens to me, Ari. It's fine. Whatever.
This is beautiful.
Amazing. That is Elowen's turn.
I'm going to start with my bonus action.
Yep.
So I'm going to start by second wind to get some HP back, and so that I can take 45 feet of movement. So I'm going to head back round to the gold.
Yeah, to the blinded gold.
And then I'm going to attack.
Okay, this is where I could have
Now
had
you come back.
grabby hands.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Grabby hands.
I should have bonus action healing worded. That's fine.
It's fine. So I'm getting another 10
So
HP back.
thrown
by the
off
way.
by your growl.
You know what?
I don't wanna shut
I'll because I think the growl did throw us all. I'll allow you to healing word if you want to.
No, it's all
Is it
right.
Psychic Blades? It's Psychic Blades is not a spell, right? It's
It is
an
not.
ability.
No, it's an ability. Cool.
Elowen.
And I can roll an advantage, with,
Yeah, you can. So you roll the first one with advantage.
which is great because that does make it a 17.
Yeah, which at the gold
Yeah,
just hits.
lovely. Thank you.
Advantage doesn't stack, unfortunately.
No,
You
no,
don't
that's
have double advantage.
No,
because
that's
you
fine. It
blinded
was just with advantage. So that hits for 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attack with my second attack.
Which you roll with advantage.
Thank God, which is not great. That only hits for 16.
Okay, so despite the with a 16, mechanically it doesn't hit, but you're it's that first attack sort of does significant damage to him, and he's because he's blinded at this point. He just starts to panic and he's thrashing about and just starts waving his scimitar, his longsword, I should say, just kind of everywhere all at once. And as you look to sort of time it, you look to sink your sword into him, and he just sort of like one of those what they call swing balls. It just happens to be the wrong moment, and there's this kind of high pitched clink as he deflects the blade away, despite not knowing how.
And that's it. That is my turn.
Oh, you bonus action.
Because I bonus first.
Yeah. That is Kelnis's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to split my bonus action into 2 pieces, if that's... I mean, it's the same action, it's just...
Flavor?
I'm going to command Hank to follow me
Yes.
and then teleport me as soon as I do what I do next.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cast Primal Savagery
Yeah.
and
Wolverine, baby.
Yeah.
Sabretooth.
and I leap forward. These nails grow out of my
I love this.
hands, and I attack is he a gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I attack the gold Dragonborn in front of me,
Yeah.
and Hank comes up behind me, and immediately after I attack, he teleports me 15 feet backwards.
Oh, so you run in and then teleport
So I
back.
run in, I attack with Primal Savagery,
Yeah.
right? Which,
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
and then Hank teleports me out. I do if I hit, I do damage with Primal Savagery, and when he teleports me out, he does fire damage on the teleport.
Spiritual creature of your choice. That's so cool.
Doug?
So you run in, attack. He runs in behind you using his movement, teleports you both back to where you came from.
This is sick,
This is
Doug.
sick. Doug, where? Oh, new year, new Doug. This is 2025 is the year of the cock.
Oh.
So roll me an attack with Primal Savagery, please, baby.
How much savagery? Plus 8 to hit.
Cool.
That's a what is that? 25?
Yeah, it's numbers beyond numbers.
Okay, yeah, try.
So the damage on that is 2d10.
Yeah.
So that's 13.
Yeah.
And then Hank teleports us out, and he does 1d6 plus 3 fire
Yeah,
damage.
which he'll take half, but go on.
So that's 9 fire damage.
Rounded down to 4. Okay.
As that happens, can I just say that I lean over to Brian and I go, Brian, that could be us.
This could be us, but you playing.
We work together as a team. We can do cool stuff like that. So we're going to have to strategize next time it comes around for our turn.
Yeah, Brian, turn around. And I just like try and turn him around in the right direction.
I love that we've all taken on Brian.
No, we
Ryan is
haven't.
all of us.
No, we haven't.
So that is Charles's turn. When does he re-roll for colour spray?
It's just until my next turn.
Until your next turn.
Yeah, he's blinded.
He is going to thrash around and try and... He's going to... Here's what he's going to do. He shouts. He shouts, Dalius! Fetch the gallant! And then he is going to take an attack with disadvantage on Eloin. That won't hit. The lowest is a 4.
Great.
That is his whole turn.
Yeah.
But the gold, hearing that call from Charles, is going to take its turn to dash up the stairs.
I still haven't clicked my heels.
So, let me just check he can get there, because I said it's 15 feet. I'm going to say he's bang in the middle of that square, so it's 15 feet to the base and 15 feet to the top. He disappears into an upper level. That is Radian's turn.
What the fuck now, Brian?
You're never going to make it over there.
Brian, I swear we were going to do something cool and you let your friend... Where's your friend going, Brian? Say so... What? Where is the gallant? Oh, fuck that.
So much.
Fire chromatic orb off against the fucking blind boy across.
Do it. You can make that with advantage, because attack rolls against him have advantage. Doesn't say anything about range, melee, or spell.
I don't need it. That's a 28.
Fucking don't need it.
Just making me
Stop
nervous
making up
now.
numbers!
Yeah, that's 3d8.
So this is at level 1.
Yes, it is. Could I have another d8, please?
Yeah, sorry, honey.
No, I already got it.
Oh, with an eye in it.
Oh!
An eye for an eye.
And I, the organ, not them,
Gemini.
you.
Yeah.
What kind of damage is this?
That's a nice bit of damage. It's
Not quite what I meant, but...
it's 17 damage.
Radiant? He had exactly 17 HP.
So after Radiant's very disappointed in Brian's work rate, and he's thinking we're going to have to work on this the next time we work together, he just kind of like nonchalantly, disappointedly fires off another chromatic orb, just acid, straight at that. And he's not really even looking at it. He's just, because he really wanted Brian to do something. He's like, Brian, this has really been a bad first impression. And fires off the acid and it flies across the room. And it looks cool because it's the first time he's genuinely not trying to be cool. So it actually looks cool. It flies across. And without looking, it hits him in the head and again just like burns into this dragon's face that's already covered in this horrible colour spray, blinded, just doesn't know what it's doing, and it screams this dragon roar and then collapses to the floor.
And I doesn't know why, but Princess Di watches this moment and is just compelled to watch every second of it.
Don't look away, says his own voice in his head.
Can I hop down off the table really quick? And was it Charles that just... Yeah.
Charles died.
Yeah, I would like to reach out my hand, touch Charles, and...
Yes!
I want to absorb, use Mantle of Whispers.
Yes!
Shake on their visage. And be like, quick, there. He says he's going to go get help. Like, I have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, and she shifts into Charles and says, "Play dead."
Can I very quickly? I'm gonna throw a potion. Can I very quickly throw a potion of healing down my throat?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool as hell. That's cool as hell. Wow, that's cool.
Oh my God.
That's so fucking cool. You can absolutely, I mean,
I don't even remember what
it takes you 6 seconds to throw a potion of healing down your throat. So you are out of combat. Charles is dead. You can absolutely have a chance to play dead. You know, if someone's holding the salve, they can use the salve if you want to.
I might actually do that, yes, if that's okay.
So tell me what you do. Tell me what you do.
What's your plan?
He's gone to get help. Do you want to face the gallant?
Well, so we just wait here for him to come and attack us?
What's your plan?
I don't have a plan. Well, this was my plan. And he's doing the opposite of playing. He's very much playing alive.
From under the table here.
What's their name?
Brian, his name is Brian. Brian, say hi to everyone.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
We are going to talk about that, Dolly, that cream. Mm-hmm. How many more uses?
1.
And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so play dead. He can't exactly play dead.
Do
I'm going to go and hide back out through that door that we just came in, okay? And I will keep an eye. I promise I will try and keep Brian quiet.
Okay,
Well,
so
keeps
you.
me.
Can someone just remind me, a potion of healing, what do I roll? I've never rolled one. I don't think.
2d4 plus 4?
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's
A regular
not
one, I believe.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I
It's
think
been so
it's
long
2d4
since I've
plus
used
4.
one.
Yeah.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
So that is 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Great.
I, being under the table, is not going to play dead because no one can see him. He's sort of like he's out of view. He's ready to play dead, but I am keeping alert.
I am going to say, and this is my.
Can I borrow that book again?
Okay. How do we? In my head, that door had closed behind you, but I didn't say that. So if you do want to go and close that door behind you with the then
I actually quite like it.
then you can do that.
I quite like actually going to the door and realizing that it's closed. And actually it's like it's making a plan and being like, well, that screws up that plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I'll play dead. We're just going to have to do something with Brian.
Can't you tell him to do something?
Brian, play dead. I know I brought you back. Is there any way you can pretend to be dead?
Tell me about zombie. Give me the. Does he understand language?
He understands the languages it knew in life, but can't speak.
It'll understand.
Okay, Brian. We're going to pretend to be dead, okay?
We're going to have to imagine that there are a lot more bodies. Where is everyone hiding?
I'm under the table in the middle.
Are we hiding or are we playing dead?
Well, 6 or 1. I'm just on the
Why
table.
am I
and
asking you?
No, I can't tell you what you're doing. Are you hiding or playing dead?
I'm playing dead.
I'll play dead. I'll do exactly what Dolly told me. Her jumping on that table was so cool. And honestly, didn't happen that long ago.
Dolly, where are you?
I'm down off the table now because I touched Charles. So and now I'm looking like Charles.
I guess.
He comes downstairs and finds just Charles on the table. Everyone dead.
Are you keeping Hank there?
I'm keeping Hank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to curl up near the table and hide Hank under a chair with my body blocking him from view.
So here's how it looks. I and Hank duck under the table. Brian, just as like a marionette with strings cut, just drops to the floor. Radian next to him, both of them to the right-hand side of the stairs. Almost in line with the base of the stairs, Kel lies down next to the table, blocking the kind of wispy, wreathing flames that emanate from Hank's body with his own. And Elowen stands at the far side, beyond the table, slumped against the wall on the far side of the space. Dolly stands there, taking on the appearance of Charles, the Golden Dragonborn. And there is silence.
As they are doing all of their stuff, I opens up the unknown black liquid from the thing and dips an arrow in it.
Okay.
His first arrow that he's going to fire is dipped in the unknown liquid.
You hear nothing and there's stillness, and you hear your own breath the very loud breathing of Brian.
He's a zombie, does he
and
breathe?
well, yes, he does. Canonically, he does. And then you hear voices approaching. Everyone can roll me perception checks, please.
13.
13.
16.
16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
27.
27.
We're making up numbers. Filthy 20.
Filthy 20. Okay, so what you hear, everyone above a 15 everyone can hear footsteps coming towards you. What you can hear with a 15 or higher is that there are also voices accompanying those footsteps. And what you can hear with a 26 is that one of those voices is husky, draconic, and you hear it say,
Whatsoe'er it be, we will know the truth of the matter.
and then these footsteps start to descend down the stairs into the room in which you stand and lie, and we'll take a little break there.
Do you ever find yourself saying things like this? Golly, that Ben Starr is a bit of me. I love the way he rolls dice. By Jehovah's aunt, even his knuckles got me bricked. Sometimes I pause the show when his mouth's agape just so I can try and get a passing glimpse of his tonsils. Given the chance, I'd suck on them like fleshy twiglets. You know what? I reckon he's even got nice knees. I'd suck on those if his tonsils weren't busy. Sometimes I just say his name over and over again in the hope that he'll appear, and when he doesn't, I cry at my sad excuse for a partner wishing only for the tender, loving embrace of Ben Starr. I just yearn for him so greatly, literally anything resembling him. Even his spectral ghost will do. And if his ghost is too busy solving his own murder or something, I'll even take just the residue. You know the one. What's it called? The thing they talk about in all those ghost films. It looks like some sort of human semen and it's not. It's just sort of kind of, I don't know how else to put it. It's sort of, it's a residue or something. Oh yes, of a ghost. Ectoplasm. Yes, ectoplasm, that's the one. I'd happily replace my partner with the sticky ectoplasm of Ben Starr's crime-solving ghost. I'd dress it up and stuff so we could do things in public together. I wouldn't really want people asking too many questions. I wouldn't want Ben Starr's tacky fluid residue to get insecure. I'm sure they do disguises, maybe wigs for plasma. After all, it is the 21st century. You can buy costumes for dogs now. There's a high likelihood that some sort of online store will do fun costumes and wigs for things like Ben Starr's gummy ghostly remains. And speaking of online stores, Natural 6 now has one. And on the 7th of February at 4 p.m. GMT, you'll be able to shop away. And while you can't currently buy couture for my ectoplasm, you can get things that are far more related to the show you're currently watching. Natural 6. Sweet, sexy Natural 6 merchandise. T-shirts, beanies, badges, and patches. Everything purchased goes into supporting the future of this campaign. We're expanding it all the time, so even if there isn't something that currently tickles your credit card, you can rest assured there will be in the future. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be able to buy me on there. Don't worry, the ectoplasm will be extra. Isn't that a comforting thought? Go to natural6.myshopify.com today and check it out. Oh, I'm Ben's ghostly remains. Look how sticky I am. Natural6.myshopify.com. Sticky.
And we're back. So you hear these...
Doug's stomach.
Doug, you hear the stomach of the actor Doug.
So before the break, we heard people approaching the stairs, yes?
Yes.
Okay, they're still not in sight, though.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, I have this idea. Kelnis has this idea. He reaches up and he touches his amulet. And he thinks really, really hard about Yilda.
This is the Doug Cockle episode, by the way.
And he commands Hank to go to the other side of the table where he's a little bit safer. And then I get up and I go, Dolly.
Kel?
Yeah. I know. But maybe if there are two of us.
Oh, I agree.
You haven't tried it. We haven't mechanically done it yet, so we don't know if it's happened.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know yet.
There is a roll associated with
Yes,
this.
of course. I forgot.
So I would like you to roll me... Let's call this and we'll call it this from now on, because we kind of played fast and loose the first time you did it, because it was out of combat. To turn into a specific person is as difficult as this can be. So this is a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 20. To turn into a specific person at a moment's notice.
What's your modifier?
Wisdom saving throw, +5. It's possible.
It's a 15 or higher. Would you
Wisdom saving throw.
Not a saving.
Oh, well,
Not a saving
I'm going to
No
call it a
saving
saving throw.
Okay.
I'm going to call it a saving throw. Would you like to roll?
Oh, well, my wisdom. Wait a minute. You called
Wisdom
it
saving throw is
plus
an
8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll?
That is a
in-
horrible thing.
No,
No,
like that.
I'm giving you options, baby. I'm just giving you options.
Harry just produced the dice tower.
Dice tower made of skulls
we all-
that screwed
We
you
all
last
failed every.
Okay, all right, okay. Well,
We hate that thing.
Cursed object.
this is a DC 20.
You've got to roll a 12.
You've got to roll a
Yeah.
12 or higher.
Okay, you ready?
Can you really think about Yielder when you're rolling?
I'm thinking hard about you.
I gives the help. I just like Alex Jordan. Like we all give the help action.
Yes!
What is it?
It's a 26.
You watch Dolly as Kelness disappears,
The mini.
and in his place.
Wait, could we remove Dolly and put the
He's
Dragonborn
got.
Yeah, we will.
He's got that dug in him. He's got that dug in him.
I can't remember which ones.
It was Charles.
Yeah, but I don't have that written on the 2 gold Dragonborn.
Holy smokes.
So. Kel and Dolly disappear,
Oh my god.
and in their place, can you tell us how Mantle of Whispers works?
Yeah, so as a reaction, when a humanoid dies within 30 feet of you, which I assume Charles was, you can capture their shadow until you use it or finish a long rest. As an action, you can use the shadow to disguise yourself as the dead person for 1 hour or until you end it as a bonus action. While disguised, you gain enough information to pass yourself off as the person. Another creature can detect the disguise with an insight check versus your deception check, and you gain a +5 bonus. My deception is already a +10, so I get a +15 against their insight.
Good God.
Okay. Shall I tell you the things you automatically know? Mm-hmm. Because this is enough information to pass yourself off.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Parvis is imprisoned at the top of the tower. You know that. As a member of the Honoured Golden, you would know where Parvis was.
Okay.
And this is now essentially us playing with figurines as a Dragonborn wearing robes of blue with a silk yellow turban around their head and great golden wings. The shiniest, most golden of all the Dragonborn you've yet seen, with the exception of Kelness, comes down the stairs. Timothy's friend by his side, 2 more silver Dragonborn also flanking him.
For those listening, yes, that reaction was absolutely justified.
Shout out to Crafted Campaigns.
Shout out to Crafted Campaigns.
Oh my.
The wings even look like, in between the wings, even look sort of like that leathery
And this is
bat-like.
why you would have wings instead of gills.
That won't make sense for another 4 months until the BTS comes out.
Okay, and they emerge down into the room. And it's Segovax who speaks. Do you gain the ability to speak in their language?
I mean, it says enough information to pass yourself off as the person. That's all it says.
Enough information. Is a language information?
I would argue yes, but then I wouldn't I?
I would argue it is not.
Surely she should roll.
Yeah, I guess.
Roll for it.
Well, hang on. Because you can't riff a language that you don't speak. He is going to speak to you in Draconic. If you choose to, they speak Common as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's been speaking. We've established that they're speaking in Draconic, and that the only people who can understand them are those who speak Draconic. So when he comes down the stairs, he looks to you, Charles, and says, "Aruna Shane."
And do I understand what he says?
Yes, you do. And he says, tell me what's happened.
And I say,
Thank God.
in Draconic, in as much of a Yilda's voice as I can muster.
Totally.
My lord, we were set upon by these ruffians. But as you can see, they have been decidedly ended.
And you said that in Draconic?
Yes.
I'm gonna just go.
Roll an insight. This will be a low DC. This will be a DC 10 for you to pick up on enough social cues to figure out whether you should agree or disagree with what.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. So I'm going to say you give like a rueful shake of the head.
I'm just gonna look. It was more to try and give Kel the help action, but I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna defer.
Okay. Roll. You can. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Fine. You can roll me a persuasion. You can roll me a deception check with advantage, Kel.
Deception. So I take the highest or the low? It doesn't matter,
Highest.
actually. Natural 1.
Well,
You rolled 2
What?
1s.
No, the highest.
No. 12. You take the highest.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
advantage.
doesn't
It's
mean
11 then.
An 11 total.
You forget the rules sometimes when you don't use them
with
for
your
a while.
modifier as well.
Huh? My modifier is -1.
Yeah.
Oh.
He turns to, I think I called him Valius, didn't I, or something like that. I can't remember what I called him. Let's say that. He turns to him and in Draconic says,
You said the elf had fled.
and the Dragonborn turns to him and said,
He had?
And I say,
lord.
he lies.
roll me a deception check.
With advantage again?
No, I mean, I don't know how Dolly would be following this conversation.
I can't. I don't know what you're
Yeah, I
saying.
don't know what you're saying.
I'd be like,
It's a 9.
This is the only thing Kelness is lower sat in.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
He takes a step towards you, Kel. This golden dragonborn, spread wings, towering over you. And he puts his hand to your throat with this fast motion. I'm just essentially going to make a grapple check for him, which you can contest if you want to, or do you want to let him grab you?
So hard not to say anything.
I know. Well, I can't let him grab me because he'll feel that I'm not who I am. So
Yes, it doesn't stand up to physical inspection.
no. So I think I have to take a step back and say, my lord. As he tries. So
Here's
that's,
what I'll
that's
do.
What I try
I'm
to
gonna
do.
I'm gonna have him roll a strength-based attack, and I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw. If what you roll is higher than what he rolls, he reaches out and you step back just in time. If not, he is gonna take you by the throat. He has a. I'm gonna do it in the tower. So if anyone's getting the curse, it's me. Mm-hmm. He has a +5. He has a +8. Sorry. Yeah. That's a 13 becomes a 21. So you need to roll a dexterity saving throw. You have a +3 to dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Roll an 18 or
Possible.
higher, you'll be fine.
Yeah. 11
Okay.
to 15.
He reaches out and you feel this hand clamp around your neck. This golden clawed hand which starts to squeeze at your windpipe. And Dolly, Charles, you see that the hand has stopped wider than Yilda's neck. Yilda is not as broad as Kelnis. And you see Segovax look deep into your eyes. He says, in Draconic, "What are you?"
In that moment, can I use thaumaturgy to make a loud sound happen
Yes.
from the floor below us?
Yes. Roll me a... I don't think... Is this deception? I'm trying to figure out if this is deception or arcana. It works. I'm trying to figure out to what extent it works. If you want to add something to it, if you want to perform in a certain way,
Yeah.
I will allow you to roll a check and add your charisma modifier to it.
Okay. Well, let's see. What can I do? An instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers.
What's the range?
30 feet.
Yep, great. You could make that. You could make that happen.
I'd like the ominous whispers to sound like Kel's voice.
Kelnis's voice from downstairs. Okay. And what do you do in order to kind of sell the illusion?
My head will snap towards the stairs as well.
Yeah, great. Roll me an arcana. Well, in fact, just roll me a d20, add your charisma modifier to it. And your proficiency bonus. You are proficient in pretty much everything in charisma, right? Are you proficient in performance?
Yes, I am.
Great. So you can roll me a performance check then, essentially. That's how we're going to do this.
It's 21.
21. Segovax and the other three Dragonborn, all their heads snap towards the stairs, going down. And Segovax says, "Well, check." And I'm going to say, the two silvers are going to go downstairs. So the two silver Dragonborn run down the stairs to search a lower level, leaving Segovax and this one injured Dragonborn who went and got him still up here with you. Let me look something up. This essentially is an alter self spell. Oh, this is a disguise self spell, isn't it? Essentially is what it is. It's a mixture of the two because we've homebrewed it. Segovax still has you by the throat, Kel. And he turns to the Dragonborn who summoned him, and he says,
Tell me exactly what occurred.
Still in Draconic. And the Dragonborn says,
They entered through the door as we were warned they would. The elf told us to leave this one till last, and then he fled. They fought fiercely and well. They slew those you see. And when all seemed lost, Charles told me to find you. I brought you down.
and he gestures towards Dolly, Charles.
Perhaps the tide turned in our favor.
But again points at Calnis's Yilda.
But I swear he left.
And Segovax is examining his hand wider on your neck than your actual neck is.
And I say, My lord, you know what I am. I have many more secrets than I have told you.
It's a nice angle. Roll me persuasion with advantage.
12.
12. Holding you by the throat. He pushes you away, releasing your throat. And he says,
You may have the trust of the web, but you do not have mine.
he swings his sword down on you. Everybody roll initiative. He is going to get a surprise round. Did anyone get higher than a 20?
Yep. A 21 again.
21.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, so we'll go.
I've got +5 initiative.
Yeah. You've got a higher dex modifier. So we'll go I, Radian. You got a dirty 20, did you say? Higher than a 15?
18.
18 for Donnie. Higher than a 10?
Oh, yes.
And Delian, okay. Cool. That is going to be, we're going to start with this attack from Segovax, and then we will go to the top of the order. I think given that you were still trying to engage with him on a diplomatic level, I think it's perfectly reasonable that you didn't see an attack coming. In fact, I apologize, it's not a sword, it is a pike, this large black-handled pike with this cruel, curved-looking blade at the top. It's a nat 20. So that is going to be... Oh, man. That is 13 piercing. Plus 12 radiant. And he is going to use a divine smite. He's trying to kill you. That's another 22 radiant. 13 plus 12 plus 22, so 47.
I drop like a stone.
Okay. Okay.
Like for me, I just don't know. I just don't know what the rules are with regards to. Okay.
Yeah. I have no issue with that.
Great. So I want to call from the deck of many friends.
Yes. Okay.
On that. So basically, to give you, So I call from the deck of many friends.
Okay.
You're going to fall.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. I just wasn't sure whether I was able to.
No, I think you can. I think this is how this works. Like, the deck is here to mechanically replace a roll. Mm-hmm. You are pretending to be dead. You are listening. You hear a grunt of exertion, and you hear a blade bite into Kelmis. Mm-hmm. I think it's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
We put slightly different music on.
And this is to replace.
This is to replace his nat 20. Mm-hmm. So you want low.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
Now, that's one nat.
Okay. Hang on.
You go.
Kel, you are spitted on a pike. Radiant energy flowing out into you, and for the briefest moment, you feel yourself fade. You feel that magical altering of yourself start to it doesn't flicker in a visible sense, but you can feel that the pendant is losing its power. You are losing your power. And then you feel something else. The card begins to glow. A card suddenly emerges from Radiant's pack and sort of zips into the air and hovers above the table in the center of this space. And as you've seen before, it starts to spin. And these golden trails of dust spin and spin and spin, and they start to throw golden light across the room, and then there are whispers and gold and whispers and gold, and Segovax and you look up, and at that moment, those voices coalesce into a single word, and they say, Sabanzu. The number on the card is a 16. And a blue-skinned creature, not a creature you recognize, not a race you recognize, appears hovering in the air above this above the table. And you hear his voice.
Let me see who you really are.
Radian, you hear another voice. Cold breath of Erastus racing. Do you want to let him through?
Yes.
And in that moment, as Sabanzu speaks, the cards shake again. And another card emerges from the pack. And Erastus Gracie also stands above the table. Gaunt, pale, lank hair. And he is going to roll a contested check with Sabanzu. Whoever wins, it is their card that will act. This is going to be a charisma check. Do you want to roll for Sabanzu or do you want to roll for Erastus?
I want to roll for Erastus.
Erastus has a +3. Sabanzu has a +4. Would you like me to roll in the cursed box?
Yes.
So, Sabanzu has an advantage of 1. Sabanzu rolls an 11, becomes a 15. You need to roll a 12 or higher. Meets it, beats it, I will say. So you need to roll a 12 or higher.
Where do I roll it?
Roll it wherever the hell you want. You want the cursed...
Oh no.
It's an 11.
It's an 11.
Oh no.
You watch as Erastus and Sabanzu twist and turn in a kind of dance of... It's almost acrimonious. It's like they're sizing one another up, and then Sabanzu, who carries this staff, holds it out. He has these glowing eyes, this light bluish grey skin, and he's covered in tribal tattoos and scarring, and that scarring glows and the tattoos glow, and it grows brighter, and then Erastus disappears. That is no longer a crit, so all that damage, which was 47, I can't be bothered to do the maths. I'm not re-rolling all the damage. I'm going to halve it. 47 becomes 23 damage. And Sabanzu... Sabanzu has a mechanic. I'm going to roll for Sabanzu. I'd like someone to roll for Segovax. I'd like someone to roll for this other Dragonborn. Whoever rolls closest to what I roll is going to be targeted by Sabanzu's mechanic because whether or not it still hits, this draw from the deck has altered things in the party's favor, and so his action will favor the party.
Okay.
Thank God.
Segovax.
Segovax, Sabanzu. This is luck. Sabanzu rolls a 4. Segovax rolls a
19.
13.
13.
God damn it.
He reaches out a hand to the Dragonborn. And he says,
I lead you into the fire not because it will burn you, but because it is warm.
and he reaches a hand out to this Dragonborn who's going to make a wisdom saving throw, which it very much fails. He puts his hand into Sabanzu's, and they both disappear.
We could have just got rid of Segovax just like that.
God.
Oh my
amazing.
god. We could have just got rid of him like that.
Shout out to Abu.
Is that a boo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mate.
We go.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
So that Dragonborn has disappeared. It
just
is
been
just
taken away.
you. You are no longer crit on. You are no longer dead.
Let's fucking go.
That is your turn.
Okay. My position under the table
Yeah.
and where he's positioned, I would like to put to you that it's not unreasonable. They're like
It's not unreasonable.
if I look where he said I could leave I could kind of go but like get out of the table without him noticing me if I roll
You roll me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah. This won't be your action, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to essentially.
that is a 22.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. So I would like to click my heels together. Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll my d10 for how many turns. That's gone off the table. One turn.
Oh, baby.
Do you know what's annoying? Is I was going to put to you outside and I totally forgot to. Could we do a re-roll on a 1 because it's so annoying, but I didn't put it to you, so we can't.
Bless you.
So I
Bless her. Everyone bless her. Quick.
What?
I know,
No
get-
bless yous for Giacomo.
I get double movement.
Yeah.
I would like to stealth around and go up the stairs,
Yes.
and I would like to be at the top of the stairs, and I would like to look at the next level.
Okay.
I'd like to rope down the side of the stairs.
I'd like to find a briefcase, smash a window,
Yeah, we're going
lower
full
it down.
hitman on this. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say with it, you successfully they comfortably beats Segovax's passive perception. You go up the stairs, sneaking behind Segovax, who is so astonished at what he has just seen emerge from this cage as these two vengeful spirits seem to do battle before one removes his ally from existence.
Deleted.
And you look up into another room of white marble. And in this one, a great golden throne is set atop a set of obsidian steps.
Okay. From the top of the steps, I would like to aim at Segovax and let loose my unknown black liquid dipped bolt.
Yep. Make an attack.
That's a nat 20.
Great. I will let you double the 1d6 necrotic damage this also does.
Amazing.
So you can roll double damage and then roll 2d6 necrotic.
So 1d8 plus 6.
Whilst he's working that out, that could have wiped one of us from existence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point. Yeah.
Oh my god, Abu.
Like, lingering on
That's
not being Segovax, it could have
terrifying.
been one of us.
Yeah, it could have been one of you. And also, he rolled so damn high, it was probably going to be, because a 16 doesn't normally favour the party.
So that's on the 1d8 plus 6, that's 10. And am I doubling that? Yeah.
You roll it twice.
Yeah. So that's 10, and then that is add a 12 onto that, so that's...
No, hang on.
Wait, what?
You don't.
I don't do my damage modifier.
You don't do your damage modifier twice.
Twice.
So you
No, it's
roll the
just a
die
roll.
twice.
Yep.
And then you add the damage modifier once.
So it's 18.
18, and then I'm going to allow, and then you can roll 2d6 for extra necrotic
Yep,
damage.
2d6 for extra necrotic, but also I was hidden and Kel is right in front of him.
Yep.
So I also get sneak attack.
Yep. I'm
So
going
my-
to amend the board slightly.
Yep, my 2d6 is a 5 and a 4.
So that's another 9, which
Yep.
takes it to 27.
And then my
Sneak
sneak
attack, which is 3d10.
is a 2, a 4, and a 4, so 10.
37 damage total.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I would like to just sort of step up onto the, like, are we saying with a double movement, 60? So look, we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
It's 15 feet to get up the thing. So let's say it's 20 feet to the base of the stairs.
Yep.
Is it? Yeah, let's call it 20 feet to the base of the stairs, 15 feet
So
to the
reasonably,
up,
with my
35.
movement, I can hide upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
That is Radian Thornbear's turn.
Ryan.
He says lying down.
What's Brian gonna do, Radian?
This is
Anything.
This is your chance to be a hero. How far away am I? We're lying down.
I'm going to say you're 10 feet from him.
Yeah, great. So if I can command Brian to do a thing,
Yeah.
am I then able to also do something?
What does it say on Animate Death?
It says that the spell, I create an undead servant. That's all it says. The target becomes a skeleton and then it becomes a zombie. So essentially it becomes a zombie.
Okay, so
right?
it's not an animal familiar where you have to use. I'm going to say it just it will.
So it
tell
can-
it if you give it a command.
Will that use my action?
What I will say here's a compromise. It will use your action for 1 round,
Yeah.
but then it will be.
Yeah. I go, Brian, I'll be right back. And I misty step. Actually, no, I don't even misty step. I just dash right up in front of Segovax, and I use the good old hypnotic gaze.
I still can't believe Abu could have just gotten one of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I find that
Vaporized.
more shocking than it not being Segovax.
Hypnotic gaze.
Yeah, DC 15, got to beat it on wisdom saving throw.
He only has a +1. 10 on the die becomes an 11.
Yeah, so he is charmed by me. Speed drops to 0, creature incapacitated and visibly dazed. And so I hold him, and then I look over and go, what are we going to do?
Gotta kill him, right?
Kill him.
How's everyone doing?
I pokes his head down like this. What's going on?
We've got him right now. We're holding him. I don't know what to do. He looks incredibly powerful.
How long do you think you had him?
You have him. You can use your action to maintain it, or it will finish at the end of your next turn. If we do damage to him, if you take damage, it ends.
But if we do damage to him, he doesn't.
That's what I. If you do damage to Segovax,
Segovax.
Ends.
Yeah.
We can run
Where?
upstairs.
And he'll just come after us.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll just stand here while you attack it then. How you doing, Kel?
I hurt.
Yeah. What happened back then?
Deck's gonna deck.
Does this kind of like pause battle in the sense that, like, I guess because I'm like lying on the floor,
Yeah.
can I use this as an opportunity to stand up, to get up?
No, you're all prone. You have to use 5 feet of movement to stand up on your turn.
Okay, just checking.
Listen, I wasn't really thinking with this. I know you're going to have to whack it, but please do some serious damage in the meantime.
You are very good at not really thinking first.
Yep. How you doing, Brian?
We're still going to talk about that.
That is Kelnis's turn. Do you want to move? I mean, you can move away from him. You took 5 feet to get up. I'm going to say 10 feet to get towards him. You have 15 feet of movement.
Yeah.
And you can move away without provoking an opportunity attack because his speed has dropped to 0. He is
20 feet of
incapacitated.
movement, just-
20 feet of movement. So you can move
boy.
20 feet back if you want
Great.
to.
I'll move 20 feet back.
Great.
Yeah,
I will.
let's not hang around in that sphere of pain.
Let's go 20 feet back from here. Whoa, sorry, call it about there. It's
Yep.
20 feet.
And Brian comes with me.
Brian comes with you. Brian's up.
Actually, no.
Brian only
You know what I
has
do? Do you
15
know what I
feet of
do?
movement anyway.
I tell Brian's swat bang in front of him. So
Okay.
Brian is wedged between Kelnis and
Little damage sponge.
he's a little damage sponge right in front of.
Dreamy.
Okay, Kelnis, that's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna split my bonus action with Hank again.
Yeah.
Did you mean like literally in front of Segovax?
You haven't told him to do anything.
Oh.
This is the thing, because it doesn't tell you about how it's commanded. I'm going to need to look this up in between sessions because we haven't done this before. on its turn, it will be friendly to you and it will attack who you're attacking. But I don't know whether it would really understand yet what was going on. So I'm sort of letting you just sort of move it a little bit as a hand.
I'm happy where it is.
Go ahead, Kel. You want to do the walk-in teleport fuckery?
Just checking in something real quick.
Doug and his fuckery.
Okay. So, I command Hank to come to me.
Yep, just slips out from underneath the table.
I assume, how far am I from Segovax?
You're right. I mean, you're within. So his attack.
He let me go.
His attack has a range of 10 feet. So I would say you're within 10 feet of him because you have to be.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the minis, he's right next to you.
Okay. And where's Brian?
They are so
I can't see the minis very
That's totally
well.
fine, buddy. Brian is 10 feet from you. Raging is a further 10 feet back in a straight line behind Brian.
So I'm the closest to Segovax.
You are 100% the closest to Segovax.
Okay. So I take a few steps closer to Segovax.
Yeah, so you know you've
call
been
Hank
5
to
feet.
me.
Yeah.
He teleports me away.
Yeah.
And he teleports me 15 feet backwards.
Hang on.
Back this way?
Yeah.
You're gonna try with the grabby
Try
hand.
with old grabby.
Grabby hands.
Go on, Hank. Go on, Hank. Yes.
Oh, it works.
Grabby hands.
Hey!
Yeah.
And then I cast Conjure Animals.
Okay. So he takes. So Segovax is going to take that 1d6 fire damage.
Yep, 1d6 fire damage. 1d6 plus 3.
Okay, which he'll take half.
9.
Okay, down to 5. Hypnotic gaze drops. Down to 4. Sorry, hypnotic gaze drops. He is Segovax again.
Okay, and I cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
And that brings forth nature spirits that appear as a large pack of spectral, intangible animals in an unoccupied space. I cast this before with the 2 Dragonborn on the road. So I bring forth a pack of 3 wolves like I did before.
Okay.
And I assume from the description that it says, whenever the pack moves within 10 feet of a creature, you can see, and whenever a creature you can see enters a space within, you can force that creature to make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d10 slashing damage.
Conjure animals.
Conjure animals, yes.
I'm seeing it different, but... Oh, okay. This is the 2024 Conjure Animals, not
Yes.
the 2014 Conjure Animals. Okay, that's much easier. It's a much better version of the spell because it doesn't require me to look up creature stats. Great. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I cast that, and it doesn't say. I can enter an unoccupied space. So I cast them right next to him.
Okay. Let me just read it very quickly for myself. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, no action required, nothing. Cool, yep,
Yeah,
so
so-
he has to make a dexterity saving throw. He has a +1. He rolled a 5, which becomes a 6, so he will take 3d10 slashing damage.
10 slashing damage. Thank you. 11.
11. Okay. That is your turn. Is there anything else you can do with your turn, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay, so you're going to have to just remind me of those animals being there, because I don't have minis for them, so I'm going to ask you to just keep track of that.
Wait.
Oh, you have some minis! We have some...
I'm full of surprises
minis for the
today.
wolves.
Now this is this is Callum.
Callum the wolf. Well, Callum
the wolf.
Amazing. This wolf
Nice.
will,
But he can be
essentially
used.
stand in for
Nice reminder that there are
woodland
wolves.
animals.
Yeah. They enter a pack anyway.
And question: they're not acting as allies, right? Or are they?
No,
Like,
they don't
no.
have physical. They don't have physical
Yeah,
form, like
like
they're
Hank
spirits.
Shaw,
I
but-
think otherwise everything
just-
is all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Okay, that is Segovax's turn.
Oh, can I just?
That's it.
I can't do anything else, but I just want to mention this. You have advantage on strength saving throws while you're within 5 feet of the pack. And when you move on your turn, you can also move the pack up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Great. That is Segovax's turn.
Can I ask, because he was hypnotic gazed when we had our little exchange, does he know that I haven't given myself away. Really,
No,
yet.
you haven't given yourself away. I'm going to say that's what I'll give you for that hypnotic gaze, is that you did some planning and he doesn't know what you're planning. Okay, that's Segovax's turn. Segovax is going to... Use...
Are you still disguised?
I don't know.
I didn't say it dropped. You took damage. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. Let's say you have to maintain concentration on it. It doesn't count as a second concentration spell. But I guess I didn't imagine it being used in combat in quite such a vivid and exciting way.
No, I didn't.
So I am going to amend my little homebrew. Let's do a concentration saving throw, but every time you take damage to maintain the illusion. Concentration is Constitution.
I think so.
I think it's essentially a con save. A Constitution saving throw, and you need to beat 10 or half the damage taken, whichever is greater. You took 23 damage, so it's a DC 12 Constitution save to still look like Yilda.
Sure.
Constitution +3. 21.
21. You still look like Yilda, baby.
21.
Okay. He is going to... he really hates being deceived. But Radian was right there. He doesn't know where I is. I is hidden. Elwyn is still dead as far as he's concerned. And it's very much the case that Charles, as far as he's concerned again, is a member of the Fortis Legion. So he is going to...
What does he think about Brian?
He's not happy with Brian.
None of us are.
I think I'm going to say he can see that Brian is a zombie. He can see that Brian is somehow controlled, like Brian's not acting like a member of the Legion. He shouts something in Draconic to you, which those Draconic speakers would hear as,
Sweep around the other side. We'll pincer them.
And then he is going to use his breath weapon in a 15-foot line, which is going to hit Brian and is going to hit. Sorry, the wolf. Can he get there with 15 feet? He can't. Is that a 15-foot wide line? No, it's a range of 15 feet. Well, in that case, he's just going to take a step towards you and do it. The wolves can't do anything about that movement. I don't know why I'm not using
Grabby hands.
You successfully picked up the smallest one, Hank.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I'm going to struggle with Segovax instead.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Segovax
is
is
Mr. Grabby Hands, to be fair.
Segovax is there. He doesn't care about Brian. He's going to use his breath weapon at Kelnus. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Seven.
Right. That is 24 fire damage. Halved to 12. Okay. Okay, that is... He is then going to take a legendary... no, he can't do it at the end of it. He can only do it at the end of his turn. Only the end of someone else's. That is Dolly's turn.
Can I get right behind him? Can I?
No. You can get round behind him, but you won't get there. That's like 10 foot, 10 foot, 20 foot. You can get to the wolves, but you won't be within 5 feet of him.
Gotcha. Okay. Fine. Well then, I will. I mean, I didn't understand what he said, but I obviously want to move towards him, and since I can't get behind him, I'm gonna go the other way, which would
actually go with. Do you want to dash or do you want to?
No, I don't want to dash. I'm gonna start
So
moving.
10,
with
20, 30 feet. Oh, grab your hands.
Grab your hands.
Don't fail me now, Grabby.
And I am gonna look at Kelness and cast Healing Word at level 3.
Great. What are the components?
Good question.
Verbal and somatic,
It's
right?
just verbal.
Just verbal. Okay.
So I may give myself away, but I think he needs it.
I think you will. I think you are now.
Okay,
Because you said in either infernal or common.
Yeah.
What language is this in?
I think he's less likely to understand Infernal, so I'm gonna mutter Infernal under my breath.
Okay, I'm gonna have him roll a perception check. He rolled a 3. So I'm gonna say you get away with it. That is anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't believe I can, but that is 3d4 plus 4 healing for.
3d4 plus 4.
So it's not great. That's 7 plus 4, so 11.
11. At the end of his turn, at the end of your turn, he is going to take a legendary action, and he is going to attack Brian with his pike. That is a 21 to hit, which deals 13 piercing and 10 radiant, 23 damage total.
My boy.
He's been so useful.
My boy, Brian.
The utility of Brian has been astronomical.
Is Brian still alive?
I believe Brian to be very dead.
No, not Brian. He's the best of all of us.
He had 15 HP.
Brian!
Does he have any parting moans and groans?
Here we go. Undead Fortitude. If damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical.
It was radiant.
Yeah. On a successful save, the zombie drops to 1 HP instead.
He could have stuck around for one more go. Okay.
As he falls, I'll go. I'll remember you, Brian. I'll remember what you did for us.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Took a legendary action damage.
That's a decent point. That is in Dalian's turn.
So Elwyn.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have anything to keep up with.
Sorry, you're not the first person. I guess I'm gonna get up because I'm at this point still playing dead.
Do something.
Yep.
Do something. Elwyn, you damn coward.
This is actually terrifying, using grabby hands.
No, it's good. It's great.
I feel like, have you ever seen people using tweezers in Michelin-starred restaurants?
Beautiful guy.
So at the moment, as it is, essentially, if you imagine for our audio fans, again, a clock and a line drawn from 12 to 6, splicing that clock in that cock.
He's got a lot to keep up with, all right?
Clock in half. Everything is happening between 12 and 6, at the sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s of this world. Nothing's happening on the left-hand side of the space. So at the base, at 6, up on the top floor, looking round and hiding, is I. Just almost directly below him is Segovax with the body of Brian at his feet. The wolves are just to the left of where Segovax was. And in front of Segovax are Radian and Kelness stood next to each other 10 feet away. Around the corner, moving from left to right, around 2 o'clock on this clock, is Dolly, still disguised successfully as Charles. And at 12 o'clock, with Segovax being at 6, is Elwyn.
I'm going to move around to 9 o'clock. Stay away from the squishies.
Stay away from them squishies, though.
So I'll go take however far my full 30 takes me, Harry.
Yeah.
This is
so much easier than me getting on the table. I'm going to say you can get to there. You can essentially make it halfway and then half.
Yeah, I'm just going to use my longbow.
Longbow?
See what I can do.
Yep.
I like long shot though, it sounds cool.
Yeah, sorry. That is a 14.
14. That does not hit.
I don't think it's going to. But that crits at a 19.
Nice.
You say that, but it's not my favourite weapon. So that hits for 9, plus another 6, so it hits for 15.
15. Okay.
And I'm going to use... Where would the... How close to me would taking my new additional 15 take me?
That would take you halfway between where you are now and Segovax, so it would take you just shy of the wolves.
So how many feet between?
You'd be 10 feet from him.
Take me 10 feet, I want to be 15 feet away from him.
You heard the pike.
Yeah, I did.
Very good.
Thank you.
That is Segovax's turn. He is going to use his last 2 legendary actions. He has 3 per round, and he's going to turn to you, Elowen, and he is going to use Flame Burst.
Oh, I love this.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Oh, that's not great. That's only a 9.
Okay, you take...
Can I use Heroic Inspiration and re-roll that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is a 15.
It just fails. You take 14 fire damage.
Yep.
And you catch fire.
Why is it with me on fire?
You can extinguish the flames. Anyone can extinguish the flames on Elowen, including Elowen, but it takes an action to do so.
Sure.
And at the start of each of your turns, you will take an additional 1d10 fire damage every round. That is the top of the order and Ai's turn, at the top, appropriately, of the stairs.
If I were to have a look around this room and see if there's anything useful, would that be an action?
Yeah. To try and gain advantage from using a perception check is an action, I'm afraid.
In that case, then, you see, imagine this upside down. You just see
For our audio listeners, Alex disappeared and then swung
you
around.
literally just see.
He's really doing
He's
that.
really doing it.
like that.
He's doing it more than once.
Really making sure you know what he's doing.
So
So
he
it's
swings
like
down
upside down, just like
very much
swings
Zorro
into
style.
view, and a shot fired at the back of Segovax. And that is a nat 20.
Nat 20. You didn't say anything about dipping an acid
No, I didn't,
arrow.
because I didn't want to take the piss.
Very good.
If I'm totally honest with you. It's like-
I'll call that a bonus action from now on, dipping
cool.
an acid arrow.
And how many? Because obviously it's going to be a thing of liquid.
Roll me a d6. And -1 from it. What?
That's 0 then.
Oh, okay. Minimum of 1. You have
Okay,
one more usage of
One
that.
more use of it. Okay,
Or
cool.
unless I said something different in a previous episode. in
I
which
don't
case
believe
we
you
will
did.
check.
No,
did.
we didn't put
Great,
anything about it.
Great.
So 2d8 is 5 and 2, so 7 plus 6.
Is 13.
Yep. And then my 3d6 for the sneak attack is an extra 12. And then the same way that I swung down, I just...
Unbelievable core muscles
Yeah,
from
yeah,
high,
yeah.
down, shoots a bolt, goes back up, and roll me a stealth.
That is 30.
Yeah, let me check my...
Do you know what I mean?
These
Do you know
aren't
what I mean?
numbers. You can't just make stuff up.
That's Ai's turn. Radiant, that is now your turn.
Yeah, I am so sad about my great friend Brian. I'm going to ask a question. Are gold Dragonborns,
Yes.
they're resistant to fire,
They
so
seem to
half,
be.
half damage.
Yeah, they seem to be.
Great. Acid's working for me. I'm going to do chromatic orb at level 3. So that's what I wish to.
Absolutely, make a ranged spell attack.
20.
That hits.
That is at level 3. Chromatic orb is
3d8. Level 3, it's
Level
5d8. Sorry, it is a first level spell. 3d8, 4 at second, third, 5
My 2.
at third.
Thank you.
5d8s.
5d8. Could I grab one
Another
more
one?
d8?
Do you want one from me, or are they cursed?
I don't like yours.
Okay.
Here's Doug's. No!
You want it can bounce, but it can't bounce to anybody, baby.
I can't bounce.
Okay.
So I've got 8
plus 6.
14.
Plus 2, so I got 16. But it would have bounced twice.
No.
Oh, did you roll like 2 ones?
I got 3s, 3, 4. It would have bounced.
So 16 damage total.
16 damage total.
Looking for my pencil, it's in my hand. Okay.
And I'm going to move away from him.
Okay. You can do that. Where would you like to move?
To just behind where Dolly is.
Here?
Yeah.
So you move back round the clock behind Dolly.
Can I pretend to take an opportunity attack?
You can roll me a performance check or deception, actually, or deception.
And
Love this.
can I pretend?
You can give the help action.
Yeah.
No, you can't because that's an action. That would be an action, and you've used your action. So I can't allow you to mechanically help.
Natural 20.
A natural 20, and you have a plus 15 to deception
Plus
at the moment.
10. Oh yeah, plus 15.
Yeah, so that's a 35. You hear.
Tend to kill him.
You as you go to go past Segovax, you hear as you go to go past the Dragonborn, you hear Segovax in Draconic. Those Draconic speakers say "No!" and you sort of whiff clumsily, but with a sense of military pride that's bruised and wounded as Radian drops a shoulder almost into it, but
And
because
while
you're so effective.
While I do that, I'm like, sorry, Brian.
I thought you meant he was feeling it. He's almost into it.
Yeah.
Can I
is
roll
trying to hurt
performance as well to see if I convincingly?
You can roll for fun. It won't do anything.
Yeah.
If you would like to waste a potential nat 20, you're very welcome to do so.
Yeah. It's a nat 20.
That was so dumb. That was so dumb, baby. Does nothing. That is the end of your turn. Segovax is seeing that you've just foiled the best efforts of his essentially lieutenant in here. He's going to use 2 of his legendary actions and do a flame burst at you. It's a DC 16 dexterity saving throw from you, please, Radiant Thornbear.
It is 14. Sorry.
14 fails. That is 15 fire damage, and you are on fire. 1d10 fire damage on each of your next turn forever at the start of those turns, unless you choose to use an action or someone else does to extinguish the fire. Eowyn is on fire. Radian is on fire. That is Kelnis's turn.
Where am I? I can't actually see.
Okay, so to describe it for you and for everybody else, Segovax remains at 6 o'clock on the clock. Kelnis is at 5 o'clock on the clock with Hank just in front of him. At 2 o'clock is Dolly. At 1 o'clock is Radian. I is still hidden upstairs, and Eowyn is down at 7 o'clock on fire next to the Spirit Wolves.
How close is Radiant to me?
He's
I'm a long
20
way.
feet from you.
And Eowyn is further?
Eowyn is
On the other side.
on the other side of Segovax, so Eowyn is 30 feet from you.
Oh. I can do 30 feet. Okay.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, you've missed it because I can't keep track of everything for you, but you've missed an opportunity to make him do a dex save at the end of his turn to take damage from the spirit.
Oh, do I have to do it at the end of his turn?
Yeah. It's when or ends its turn there, you can force that creature to make a dex save. So you've missed it for this round. I can't.
Yeah,
no,
that's
everyone
fine.
else's placement.
Yeah, no, I just didn't read the thing quite right.
But anyway, in terms of where we are now,
Okay, I can't do that. I'm going to, because Radiant is closest, I'm going to run to Radiant, command.
well, actually, Dolly is closest, still looking like a Dragonborn.
Yes.
I think he means between Eowyn and.
Yeah, I gotta put
Okay,
out somebody's
sure,
fire,
Sure.
don't I?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what you.
Sorry.
You haven't told me what you're thinking.
I didn't. You're right.
You said you can't see, so I'm trying to fill the gaps. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can get to Radiant and put his fire out.
So I'm gonna get to Radiant and put his fire out, and then I'm gonna command Hank to come to
Fuck.
To fuck.
I'm gonna come on.
To fuck Segovax.
Come on, hang to fuck the wolves.
Yeah.
I just want Segovax confused. I want him really out of his element.
This whole fight, just a series of misadventures.
Suddenly, anyway, he's just comes to Segovax explaining this on a psychiatrist's couch, and all the animals were fucking. It was so strange. They were who was friend, who was foe.
My best lieutenant was taken off to another world.
My best lieutenant disappeared out of existence. I saw a pine mine on fire, fucking spectral pack of wolves.
Okay.
Arrows kept hitting me. I don't know where they came from.
I run to Radian, and I pat him down. I put out the flames.
You're no longer on fire.
And I've also commanded Hank to come with me, and I have Hank teleport both of us 15 feet away.
Yep, 15 feet further away from Segovax.
Yeah.
So you essentially, the furthest away you can go from Segovax is round the table to opposite where he is, essentially 12 and 6 on the clock.
Is that 15 feet? I can only teleport 15 feet.
Yeah. From where you are, I don't see a problem with that. Radiant Thornbear. Yielder. I'm so pleased Yielder's getting all this outing. It's so lovely, and you being him is so canon. Anyway, so for action search, great. I'm gonna put our little hanky hank over there as well. Yeah, hanky panky. Well,
Hanky's had a great run today.
very nearly was hanky panky. That is at the end of that turn of yours.
Cal, I've got an idea. Why don't we get Hank to fuck the wolves? It'll confuse him. Honestly, that's crazy.
Is Radiant still on fire?
Radiant is no longer on fire, but Elowen is still on fire.
Yep.
At the end of that turn, he's not going to use a legendary action. Instead, he's going to take Segovax, takes all of his movement, or as much movement as he needs to take, because as far as he's concerned, Elowen, Charles is still going to be doing what he's paid for. He's going to attack Elowen. That is...
Did he just move within 10 feet of the wolves?
He stayed within 10 feet of the wolves the entire time, so he hasn't entered their space for the first time. But I think at the end of his turn, if he's still there, you will be able to do that. He's going to attack with his pike, which is first attack is a 22, and the next attack is a 22.
Silvery barbs on one of them.
Okay, the second attack becomes a 21.
Sorry.
That is 7 plus 10, so 17 damage. And another... Oh my god, on 4d6, I rolled 6.
Good.
6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to use... He now is fully across that Yield is a baddie. He is going to use his Flame Burst attack. That requires a dexterity saving throw from Kelnis. On Yilda Kelnis. Fails. You take 13 fire damage rounded down to 6, and you are on fire. That is Dolly's turn.
Okay. Can I get to him? I don't think I can.
You can go 10, 20. I say you can just about get there. We're playing a little bit fast and loose here, but we don't have a grid because I forgot to ask Mark to put one on. Forgive me for not turning you around correctly.
Okay. I'm gonna take my dagger. I'm gonna be like, you don't touch my friends, and I'm gonna try and stab him with it.
Let's roll persuasion to see if he still thinks you're... No, I'm joking. Roll an attack with your dagger, please.
Because he's not waiting for me. Like,
yes, you do get advantage because he isn't expecting it from you. In fact, as you go in to try and like get round and attack him, he sort of waits for you and opens up his wings as if to sort of envelop you so that you can have a conflab, revealing a more sort of making himself weaker.
You're like a brother to him.
It's an actual 20. Which it would be because he was,
Grabby hands. Okay.
With a +6, so 26.
Oh, okay. 26 doesn't hit, actually. Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna Psychic Blades that as well.
Yep. So you double the damage on Psychic Blades.
Yes. So did I double the damage on psychic blades?
It's a crit.
Yeah.
It's a
why
crit,
not?
right?
Go on.
It's a crit.
so-
I would
so the-
I would let you crit. I would let you double smite damage if you were a paladin. I don't see why you.
6 plus 3. So that's 9 on the dagger.
Yeah.
And then with psychic blades, that would be so that's 3d6 on psychic blades. So
You roll. You double in damage, or are you double in rolls?
no, that's double damage. Like I did double damage for the.
Yeah. So did you roll twice, or do you just double what you got?
Oh, I just doubled what I got.
And we roll. I like.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like-
sure,
I
okay.
prefer rolling.
Alright.
No, it's fine. It's fine for that. We'll do a 9 for that. We'll do a 9
Okay,
for that.
no. So if I'm not doubling and I'm just rolling twice, then that's 5 plus 3, so it's 8.
Okay.
And then 3d6 psychic damage.
Which we're doubling because you crit.
8, so that's 8.
Yeah.
So
Which you were doubling because you crit.
yes. So that's 6 plus. What did I roll? 8.
8.
plus
So
eight?
roll 3.
Oh,
yeah, 3d6
okay,
again.
of course. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
confused with them.
No, don't worry.
So it's 8, and then that is 9, 10, 11.
11.
So 19.
So 19 damage.
plus
So
no, because that's just on the.
sorry, 19 from the psychic blades. I've
Yes.
already done the others.
Okay, gotcha.
19
Okay.
damage.
So yeah, sinking that into him, and then I'm also gonna healing word Elowen.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa.
Because I think she.
Will that put the fire out, or?
Pardon? No.
No.
Use an action to put out the flames. It's a really specific trigger.
So 3d4 plus 4. Oh, and I'm also, if I may, I don't know if it. I'm just gonna drop my disguise
Yeah.
while when I
brilliant.
stabbed him.
Love that for you.
Because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Is Dolly back in play?
She's back in play and probably gonna be very dangerous.
Can we grab your hands or him back in?
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 healing.
11 healing. Okay. At the end of that turn, he is going to use his last legendary action and turn to you, and in Draconic, he says, "Treachery." You don't know what the hell he says. He rolls a 4 on the die. That's a 12.
Misses.
Doesn't hit.
Oopsie.
Elowen.
Oh. My lovely wolf.
Please.
are going to
A dexterity
So,
saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
Guys, can we put Dolly back?
19. 19, Cal.
So he passes.
He does pass. Does he
don't-
take half on a failure? I'll move
I
it.
don't think he does.
No, it just says on a failed save.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Allow me to. If you would like to put Dolly back, do you fear Dolly might maybe
Delicate.
treated
Dolly's
badly?
demise.
Dolly's demise from the grabbiest,
Dolly
the
Winter's
grabbiest of
demise.
hands. Okay, that is Elowen's turn.
First action is put that fire out,
Yep.
which is my whole action.
Yes, it is.
So I
You
am.
still have a bonus action available.
Yeah,
to
and
you.
I'm going to use second wind, and I'm going to use that to then move my full 45 back. So I can use the 15 as the bonus from second wind without provoking opportunity,
Yeah.
and then take my full 30.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back round, I guess, from whence I came.
Yes.
And D10
A D10 of what?
plus 5 for my second wind.
Oh,
With the
sure.
ultimate as well. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. It's just another 8.
Great.
So that puts me back up to.
Great. That is back to the top of the order. That's Ai's turn. You have Segovax still below you with Dolly and the Spirit Wolves. You have everyone else is crowded round essentially at 12 o'clock, and Dolly looks like Dolly again.
I'm going to take a shot.
Yep.
That's 3 nat 20s in a row.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay. So, let's do it.
Yep. Where's my D8s? Oh, there they are. Okay. It's a 3 and a 2.
5.
Plus my 6 modifier.
11.
And then my D6s. It's an extra 6 total.
Okay.
You just, and this time I don't even swing down. You just hear from upstairs, surprise, surprise. and then you see a crossbow just come down, not even looking, and go, surprise, surprise. Bam, crossbow
Amazing.
fires.
Amazing.
And then hide back upstairs again.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 30, a 23.
Yep. Gorgeous.
It's a more normal number.
Not!
He is going to use his another legendary action at the end of his turn to hit Dolly. Nat 1. Holy hell. Radiant.
Blessed.
Yeah. I see Kel on fire.
Yep.
I'm like, sorry, I really need to do something right now. I think Eloid's quite pissed with me. So instead of putting out the fire, I cast Mind Spike on
Segovax.
You
Segovax.
would say me then, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll be even more angry with you.
No, I cast Mind Spike, which is I reach, and if we haven't seen it in a while, I reach into the mind of one creature I can see within range. They must make a Wisdom saving throw.
+1. He rolled a 13, becomes a 14.
It's got to be a 15. So 3d8, and on a failed save, I always know the target's location until the spell ends.
Rolled a 3d8.
Radiant looks across the room and goes,
I know exactly where you are.
Can I have some of your delicious?
Yeah, that one's been alright for you, I think. No.
It's fine. It's 12.
Okay, Radiant. You know where Segovax is now and forever. Because Segovax drops. Tell me how it looks when a Mind Spike kills someone.
He doesn't expect this to happen, but his eyes go black. And it's almost like his consciousness moves directly into this Dragonborn's head. And what you start seeing is it start to vibrate, and then you start to see the eyes bulge, and then the mind can't contain it, and you literally see the innards of his brain explode within the skull. The skull remains intact, but it's almost as if it's been microwaved from the inside out, and blood comes out of the eyes. It's all contained within the skull, and you just see flesh and brain coming out of the eyes and out of the mouth, and then the body drops.
Wow.
And you are out of combat.
Put him out.
I stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. you put Kelness out.
from upstairs you hear, surprise, surprise, and the crossbow comes swinging down.
Parvis.
Surprise.
Parvis is the top of the tower.
You almost told me.
Top of the tower. I thought his rooms were on
Your
the
hiding doesn't mean you don't know anything, right?
Well, I can't see.
If you want to keep shooting your friends,
I'm
you can
literally
keep
just going to
shooting your
swing.
friends.
There's a crossbow swinging down. It's going to fire. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I let loose a bolt. No one stopped me.
You're not letting loose a
why?
bolt at anyone.
Exactly,
okay?
it's into the room. It's
Into
just
the
that
room.
I don't know anything's. I don't know. Mine is just.
I fires a bolt into the table.
What did you just say, Dolly?
Parvis is locked at the top of this tower. He's locked up. They've locked him up. Why would they do that?
I don't know, but we can't be in this room any longer. He sent someone down, then they're going to figure out whatever noise that you made earlier is not the real Kel. We need to start going up. Because I like your style.
While they're doing this, I just want to see if... I'm going to look for a key. I want to look for some sort of thing. If you're saying he's locked, it feels like it makes sense to me that the gallant would be the one to have it.
Okay, you can roll me an investigation check on the body of Segovax.
I'm going to
to help
assume
me,
in
that
the
would be
silence
great.
that
I'll help you.
I'm going
Thank
to assume
you.
in the silence upstairs that it stopped.
Yeah,
There was nothing to say.
Good surmise.
Yeah, I'm going to help you.
Cool. I don't even know how the hell that...
Advantage.
Oh, lovely. And it was... So it's just a flat roll?
It's an investigation check.
Oh, investigation. So that's a 17.
17. You do not find a key. You find a sort of religious token, a small sword, and that's it. There's nothing. Segovax has nothing on them.
Fine, so I'm going to... Can I take his pike?
You can take his pike.
I want his pike.
Yep. You can take his pike.
Taking his pike?
Are you taking his pipe?
It's a two-handed weapon, just so you know.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm proficient in those.
Yep. Yeah. No. It's. You can take it.
I'm going to start looking around upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yep.
So it's 2d8 plus 5. 16. 21.
21. Nice.
Well,
You rolled 2 8s.
I rolled a 7 and an 8, and it's plus 5.
That's 20.
20.
I roll me perception.
4.
Okay.
After all those 20s.
You, with a 4, you see that the space that you're in is a. It has windows, but it also has like an open doorway that leads out to a balcony.
Okay.
Like an empty door arch that leads out to a balcony. That's what you see with the 4.
I think I'm going to head up as well.
Okay. Roll perception.
8.
8. You see the same thing. Open doorway.
And I just point to the balcony.
Balcony.
The only way is up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to join them.
Okay. You climb.
I would like to take one last look back into the room and say,
No.
thank you, Brian.
For everything.
Taking the damage from that legendary action proved your use. And although some of us may think that you were in fact useless, I didn't realize that as a bonus action every turn, I could have used you. So Brian,
I tried so hard to find a way for him to be useful for you.
And as you say that, I'm actually quite angrily going to grab your hand and go, not useless, Radiant. That was an abomination. And drag Radiant up the stairs with me.
Okay, so you all emerge up into this marble room with a black set of obsidian steps, on top of which is a golden throne and 4 braziers are lit in this room. There are windows, just like the level you were on, and then there are doors that lead to a balcony. Those who haven't so far, roll me perception checks.
Can I ask?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Doing this. 23.
23.
The spectral wolves are still there, and I bring them with us as well as Hank.
Yep, thanks for pointing it out.
You have a menagerie.
Good for, I know, I have a whole menagerie. they're good for 10 minutes, so I don't know how long I've got.
Cool.
Why does that one looks like it wants to mount that one?
I'm going to say you've been through you have many more than you have 9 minutes left, maybe 7 minutes by the time 8 minutes. You have 8 minutes left.
Split the difference.
7.5 minutes. Okay, with a dirty 20 and a 23.
No, natural.
Dirty 20, sorry, and a 23. It would have been the same anyway. You hear and see, the first time you really take in the fact that it's raining outside. There's a storm, and the wind is whistling through the open doorway, and there is rain lashing against the stonework and against the panes of the windows. And you two hear a voice, a loud voice, whipped by the wind, almost fading on it, but just about reaching your ears. And it's in Draconic. And you hear,
"The evil within you must be burned away."
And you hear a moan of pain in another, lighter voice. Kelnus, you would recognize that as the voice of Carvilius calling out, who was the Dragonborn member of the Antiqua at the top of Mount Atria.
Kel, what was that?
You hear is what you hear. God, that was good Foley.
I just hear something just to do with burning.
Oh, what did you get?
Was it 4? Do I just hear it's Draconic, do I hear just burning?
No.
Nothing
That is, you hear nothing at all.
Okay.
You got a 4.
Okay.
You're going new into the space.
Okay.
This was a 20 to hear it up here.
Yeah. Cool.
Can I have something then for my natural 20 since I don't even speak Draconic? Is there anything in the room I could bar the door? So we've just got upstairs.
The door isn't, to call it a door is fatuous. It's an empty archway. It's an
fine.
empty, but if you want to, I will give you advantage on your next investigation or perception roll.
Fine, yeah.
I tell the rest of the group, I hear Carvilius through over there. It sounds like he's being tortured.
It sounds like Carvilius is torturing.
Oh, is torturing?
Carvilius is shouting, and then you hear another lighter voice cry out in pain. You hear Carvilius speaking.
Carvilius is torturing someone.
Perfect. We'll edit that.
Well, let's hope it's not who we think it might be.
I think it might be who we think it is.
Then I think we need to get moving.
I think we do too.
Okay.
sorry, what's the plan? We're just going to walk straight in.
We've done it so far, haven't we?
We've just fought. I can barely use any of my spells. I don't have enough healing. What, we're just going to march in and fight one of the Antiqua?
Okay, I'm just going to march up to the throne and sit down and be like, okay, what do you say we do then?
Radiant just walks straight towards the door.
Walks towards the door, and as you do, roll me an investigation check.
It's a dirty 20.
You see that the pale marble of the outside of the tower as you enter the balcony has certain protruding blocks that would allow you to climb up to the top of this tower, which looks to be a flat space, the wind and rain whipping around you.
Looks like we're heading up.
Who wants to go first?
I will.
I run to meet as well because this is Parvis. This is if this is who we think it is, then it's a pretty overwhelming feeling of needing to be at the front.
So you all
In too deep to run.
you're all climbing up.
Yep.
We will take a tiny little break to reset. You emerge onto the top of the tower. And the first thing that you see when you emerge onto the top of this tower, high above the black lake of Fathom, wind and mist and rain swirling all around you, is Parvis, bound by 4 chains, attached to spires of metal and ice at the top of this tower, and Carvilius standing above him, lashing down on him with her claws. Everybody roll me perception checks.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
19.
19. 19.
23.
23.
Just a little 10.
A little 10. Everyone other than Radiant spots that Carvilius, Antiqua of the Virtuous Aurum, right hand of Barabask the Sinless, seems faded since you last saw her, that the gold of her scales is dimmed. And as you emerge, she shouts this cruel, husky voice, which those of you who speak Draconic hear as... Oh, in fact, sorry, she calls out to you. She sees you.
Who is it that has sent you here?
She gestures to Parvis.
Has this worm called on his rescuers?
This is not a worm. This is a Parvis.
She leans down into Parvis. She grabs him by his cloak, and you see as he's pulled up that he's almost like, he's not dead, but he is as lifeless as he can be, devoid of energy, broken by the elements, by his incarceration, by being here, by whatever it is she's just done to him in the moments before you arrived. And you hear her in his face. You can see spittle and licks of flame as she speaks with great and greater rage into his face.
Whispering secrets in the dark like a thief, such is the way of your kind. Where is your god?
And then I'm gonna have her roll something. Are you still Yilda? Great. She looks through your illusion. She has true sight.
Of course she does.
And she says,
What? Such color and not among the honored. You do a treachery to your bloodline.
I do not know my bloodline. I dropped the illusion. I do not know my bloodline.
her head tilts to the side. She shuts her eyes, and the winds around you seem to rise and flicker almost with flame, as if sparks and fire are in the air itself. And then she opens her eyes, and those flames subside. And she looks at you again, Calnis.
Would you like me to show you?
Yes.
She says, Reaktha. Kadok.
And two spectral Dragonborn appear at her side.
They are big.
Bluish tinged, like the spectral wolves that you have by your side, Calnis, and having dropped your illusion.
Yeah, do you want to?
You no longer appear as Yilda, but as yourself. You stare at these two Dragonborn, whose eyes seem to bore into you. And Carvilius says,
Your mother and father. They would be ashamed.
And everyone roll me perception. Go ahead.
19.
19.
12.
12.
16.
16.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 1, I see nothing.
Natural 1. 19.
Who's Dragonborn
it.
you're talking about?
19. 19. You see that this spectral figures flicker for a moment. Almost like they're in and out of existence. With a natural 20, you see that there is a gem at the center of Carvilius's chest, binding her, this sort of belt across her, this black gem. And as the spectral figures flicker, so does the gem.
These are my parents.
They are.
Don't believe her, Cal.
I walk towards Rayok, the female.
Yes, Reactor is the female.
Good, that helps.
I bring the wolves and Hank with me. I'm just telling them to follow me.
That close in between where you started and where you are now? Or do you go even further? Do you go up to her?
No, I think I'll keep my distance. I want to look at her face.
Just to say, I'm not going to go with. I just want to take a step forward, but keeping an eye on Parvis.
Absolutely.
So sort of like between.
So I'm just watching Parvis.
You look into her face. Roll me an insight check.
Natural 20.
Hatred. You see an empty, blank expression. No love. No. Calnus, this is a vision of your mother. There's something in the quality of the construction of the face, even without seeing the lustrous gold of her scales, that you know this to be true, but the hate, it's like a wash. It's like it's all there is, to a level that with a nat 20 seems, there's no other word for it but inhuman, but undragonborn. It lacks true mortality. It's a facsimile.
This is not my mother.
She was once.
I don't believe you.
Belief is inconsequential. I will show you.
And the gem around Carvilius's clothes on her belt starts to twist with black fire. And she is transformed.
Oh my god.
Into a golden dragon.
Oh god.
Everybody roll initiative.
No!
Can I, just as I see that, go,
You chugged a healing potion on the way up. I'm very.
oh no.
Potion of greater healing has been chugged. Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Amazing.
Sorry.
Fabulous. Marvelous. Okay.
Oh my god. We had to say, where are the dragons?
We literally said
You
where are the
did.
dragons.
You said it at the beginning of this.
Can
Okay.
you do a little tune about it?
Yeah, you did. You mocked me. You mocked me.
did.
You called me out, babies, and I had Mark dash this off in the last 25 minutes.
Well, in a big two fingers to you once again, I've rolled a nat 20.
Nat 20, great.
I think that's my 5th or 6th.
Yeah, you've done it.
Okay, so
What have we done?
anyone get
Should've-
higher than anyone else get a nat 20?
Me? No, sorry, dirty.
Dirty 20. So we'll go let me go LON. Anyone get higher than a 15?
17.
17. Anyone get higher than a 10? Anyone get higher than a 5?
7.
6.
Cool.
Also, I now have 25 HP for anyone listening. I've added it all up.
Oh,
so
that's what you-
I'm on 25 HP. I've just done my little potion of greater healing.
Okay.
I'm not much more than you.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa.
That is your turn.
So-
I'm just going to check something mechanically. You didn't say anything about the gem to anyone yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So, Parvis has
Parvis has a chain around his neck. He's
4
slumped to the ground. He has 4 chains. He has a sort of big collar around his neck.
Yep.
4 chains connected to it.
Okay. So I would like to. It's pounding with rain.
Pounding with rain.
I would like
There's-
to shape water into one of the locks and freeze it to expand and snap one of the locks.
Love that shit. Give me an Arcana check. This is a difficult thing to try, but you're going to use your whole action doing it. So I'll say it's a DC 15 Arcana.
Okay. It's a 4.
Okay. You as you do that, it's sort of you almost turn it into slush, and you see it kind of pour back
Okay.
out of the lock. But Parvis looks up and catches eyes with you, and for a moment, despite that distance and hostility and strangeness that there was at the top of Atria, he looks at you, and there is just a moment of relief when he sees another kobold.
I am going to turn to the sort of over, like towards my right
Yep.
to make some distance.
Yep.
And as I do, I'm going to reach into my pouch, pull out a potion of healing,
Yep.
and I'm going to throw it to Radian.
Aha.
Or like he's next, or he's next to me.
So to pass a potion,
Like a bonus.
to pass a potion to someone is a bonus action, but
Yeah.
they're going to have to he's then going to have to use a bonus action to drink it.
Yeah.
I'll say that's what we'll do.
I'm just going to, because I mean, there you go.
Thanks.
And
Don't worry, I can move me.
Oh, great, thank you. It feels disrespectful to use grabby hands in such
I'm going to
a
move,
tense
but I'm going to
manner.
move not right to the edge because I'm not going to put myself in a too precarious a position.
Very good, very good. Elowen. Actually.
Nothing.
Tell you what he's going to do.
Where are you going to hide?
Calnis, roll me a wisdom saving throw. She, Cavaliers is a woman. Is, well, not a woman, she's a female dragonborn. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
And that one.
Okay. She says, "Come home, child. Come home." And she casts Dominate Person on you.
I call him a deck of many friends.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
great.
But if this goes against us in a situation like this.
What can be worse than a nat one?
But I mean, just. Oh, yeah, it's fair. But I mean, just. Yeah. What if there is?
Yeah, there is.
There's a couple of cards in there
Yeah.
that
That
can
one. Yeah.
still mess us. Oh my god.
It will always work in our favour because you rolled an out one.
Depends on mechanics.
Okay, let me just bring this up.
We had a favourable one where, like.
My thinking is this, and this is the reason I did it. It's a nat one. It will technically be a better result
Yeah.
regardless
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, it's one card that we know about. So even if it doesn't work completely, at least there will be a favourable thing that will happen for us with this card. That was my thinking.
I mean.
Depends on the
It's what
design,
I
though,
mean.
doesn't it?
So it's what you're going to do.
All right,
Let's find out.
let's find out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
Let's go. Let's
Go.
do it. Again, a card appears. And the gold of Dragon Carvilius, which just like the Carvilius that you have all seen before, has lost some of its luster, is paled in comparison to this one spinning card. This card that throws light out despite the darkness, that stays dry despite the rain, and whispers peak over the roar of the wind and grow and grow and grow. And the wind dims and the cards whisper all the louder. And as the card spins, throwing spray and gold dust into the air, those whispers coalesce into a single word. Rebulast. It's a 14. Your save on a wisdom save, what's your wisdom modifier? On a wisdom saving throw?
+8.
Comes a 22. You pass. The dominate person fails. And
Yeah.
the biggest humanoid you've ever seen drops to the ground next to Parvus. She is one-eyed, bald-headed, again covered in tattoos and scarring patterns. She has the feel of a dark caster of some kind. And she says, looking at you,
such small creatures to wield such great power.
and here is what happens.
It's red.
You bet you know.
Each creature within 30 feet radius must make a Constitution saving throw after each attack made with its metal weapons. And I'm going to say, for the purposes of this, these spectral weapons are metal. The DC to succeed is 10, or the damage dealt, whichever is higher on a failed, the weapon shatters unless it is magical, in which case attacks are made with disadvantage until remove curse or lesser restoration is used on it. So every time they attack, they will roll a DC 10, depending on how hard they've hit, or maybe even higher, and if they fail at any point, they are going to have disadvantage on those attacks forever. That is Elowin's turn. Go ahead.
Before she disappears, before it happens, can Radiant call out and go, "Who are you?"
Yeah. She says,
Surely you have heard of me, hero of the Shadowfell.
The Shadowfell.
and she looks up and sort of seems to take in her surroundings and says,
Ah, reliquiae. Strange.
gone.
What? What?
Elowin, that's your turn.
Okay.
Just take all that in.
I don't think there's time. Can I shout without that affecting my action? Or...
100, and you had a nat 20.
Yeah, so I am going to...
Oh, dirty 20. Don't matter.
I'm going to shout to everybody. That gem in the middle of her, that's what's controlling the spectrals. And I'm going to throw up second wind to take as much movement as I can, and I'm going to hope that gets within 15 feet, and I'm going to attack that black gem two-handed pike.
Cool. Yeah, man. I fucking love that. Could someone please move? Let's say she's got 45 feet. I'll say you can just about do it. Essentially, the base of the dragon, I can't put Carvilius over the top of everybody.
Yeah.
Also, congratulations, she has not yet flown up into the air. Give me one moment.
Since my original plan with the pike was ruined.
This is Rebecca Ford.
This is Rebecca
Yeah.
Ford. This is Rebecca Ford. Can you make me an attack, please?
Yeah, that is it's like a 22.
Okay.
No, it's more than that, but... so that is...
1d10
D10,
plus your ability modifier.
so that's 11.
Okay. This is a magical gem.
Yep.
And as you try and break into it with a non-magical weapon, it takes half damage.
Okay.
So how much was that? Did you say 11? So it goes down to 5.
Yeah. But I'll still take another since I'm here.
Yeah.
And I guess she hasn't flown, but that creature is larger than me, but
Yep.
for the sake of it. No, actually, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be.
Yeah,
I think
it's not that was my original plan. That is a 26.
Yeah.
Again, not that it makes much difference. But that hits for 15 and then half.
So that's 7. I'm going to say it is going to be a bonus action for you to change weapons.
Yes.
If you want to change weapons
That's
at some
fine.
point.
And I'm just rolling another d10 to do my second wind healing.
Yep. Totally.
And that, yeah.
Great. So no bonus dagger because you're wielding a pike in 2 hands.
Yes, exactly.
That is, even though technically Segovax isn't in her mini, but you know, that is Carvilius's turn.
Oh God.
Carvilius seems shocked. Even on a dragon's face, you see shock as you go to attack the gem, and she sort of pulls her wings in an instinctive defense of the gem, and she is going to use her movement to fly 30 feet up, and she is going to. She's going to fly 30 feet up. What's she going to do? She's going to fly 30 feet up, and she's going to fly 15 feet forward. Which essentially is going to 30 feet forward. She's got plenty of fly movement, which is going to take her over here towards Radiant and Dolly. And she's going to breathe out fire in a 30-foot cone. Dex saves, please. Goes well.
That's ridiculous. That's
What do you get, Dolly?
12.
12.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you will pass. You will take half of this. You will take all of this.
I will also take half.
You will also take half. 32, half to 16.
Fucking hell, thank God.
She needs to recharge for that.
Ow.
You see the biggest sheet of flames you've ever seen.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Is she finished?
Is she done?
Is she finished?
Ma'am, are you quite done?
Yeah, yes, she is done. She is done, Kelvis.
Well, she's moved within my wolf pack's
She has.
15 feet.
You'd like her to make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Absolutely. Great call, buddy.
Has she landed or is she?
She's.
Oh, is she in the air?
Oh, yes, she did go up in the air, so she's actually 30 feet away.
They're spectral wolves.
Yeah, but they're not spectral wolves 30 feet up in the
And they
fucking
all
sky.
have wings.
No, they all
Is she quite finished? Is she finished?
That is Kelnis's turn. So you please imagine her 30 feet up in the air, so you can be beneath her. So for those listening along, Elowyn is stood where Carvilius once was. She's flanked by both of Kelnis's spectral parents. Parvis still tied in the center with Eye next to him. Further back is Kelnis with the wolves and Hank beside him. Over to the right-hand side, moving backwards, is Eye, who's positioned himself about 10 feet from the edge, hovering above the space where I might be, is the Carvilius the dragon, who has just breathed fire on Radiant and Dolly, who are in front of her, Dolly being the furthest back, still near the top of the stairs. Or the handholds kind of climbing.
I drop the conjure animals spell.
Hi.
Bye, lads.
Bye, lads.
Cheers, guys.
No.
Hank looks sexually frustrated.
And I cast Call Lightning.
That's so smart. What's the specific language of Call Lightning?
Okay, so
I think I'm right about this. I think Call Lightning does more damage in stormy conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you?
Also, it's metal as hell.
What are you targeting? Well, actually, I don't know how. Can you just read Call Lightning out?
I'm targeting the gem, but I'm targeting. I mean, it's the whole creature, really, isn't it? It's a lightning bolt. If you're outdoors in a storm, when you cast a spell, the spell gives you control over that storm instead of creating a new one. Under such conditions, the spell's damage increases by 1d10. So it's 4d10 lightning damage.
Plus another d10.
No, there's three originally.
Boo!
4d10 lightning damage.
Still pretty.
Each creature within 5 feet of that point. I will say the bolt isn't the thing is not a creature, but I think it's on Carvilius, and if lightning is going all over her, I think it's more than reasonable that it would also target the gem.
Yeah. So it's a
dexterity saving throw.
16.
I'm gonna make it for Carvilius on behalf of Carvilius and the gem. She has a +6. She rolls a 3 on the die.
Oh, there's no dragons.
So 4d10.
4d10.
We had a dungeon and a dragon today.
Yep.
Yeah.
18 lightning damage.
Yep.
And just for pure spite, Hank's gonna spit a
Brilliant.
flaming seed at
Yep.
the gem as well.
At the gem, great. Yeah.
And that's 1d6 plus 3.
Does it always hit, or does he have to make an attack roll for it? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think he. That's a really good question.
Let me bring it back up. I had the Circle of Wildfire Druid, but I thought we were probably done with all the noodly stuff, and I stupidly closed it down.
We're done with the noodly stuff. We've got a dragon, mate.
I wasn't planning on you guys getting a turn.
It is plus 8 on ranged attacks, so it's
Yep.
it's a ranged attack.
1d. Yeah. Your spell attack modifier to hit
It's an 11.
misses. That is the end of Kelnis's turn. She is going to take a. She's really didn't like Parvus. She's going to take a bite attack at I. So she is going to. She sort of flaps her wings down, lowers her head. That's a 23 to hit.
Fine, cool, yeah. Yep, whatever.
Sure, hun.
Silvery barbs.
That's a 26 to hit.
Made it worse.
Stop getting involved!
That is 14 piercing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
So you halve it to 7.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm pretty safe to say I can see her.
You can see her. Yeah.
I think it's
Where are we looking, guys?
Yeah, you can.
What is the effect that Reb's character has?
Metal weapons. Circumstantial. Sometimes going to be the best thing ever. Sometimes almost nothing. That is Dolly's turn.
So she's gonna try and get Carvilius' attention and just be like, "You've turned your back on everything you swore to protect," and she's gonna try and get a sort of visual on the gem and just cast Shatter, like centering it on the gem.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Because obviously
I'm gonna roll. It's a con save.
inorganic materials.
Inorganic materials have a disadvantage. I mean, I don't know what.
Wow.
I'm gonna say a gem on Shatter specifically automatically fails the save. Like, I don't see how.
Sure, we did this with Dream of a Dragon, wouldn't we? We have a relatively similar.
Did we? Oh,
question. I'm pretty sure this is how we ended.
Oh, okay. And is it an area of effect? So you're targeting Carvilius and the gem.
It's a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupt from a point of your choice within range, which my range is 60 feet. Each creature in a 10-foot radius.
Right, that's Carvilius as well.
That point.
Carvilius has a +9 to con saves and rolls a 12, becoming a 21. So Carvilius takes half.
So that's half. Yeah.
But the gem will take all of it.
Brilliant. So it's 3d8 thunder damage.
Go on.
Which in the storm, so it's like
Seems
I almost like
incredibly
redirect
appropriate.
just that moment. There's a bolt of
Amazing.
lightning
There's
and
this
thunder
great
strikes.
clap of thunder, a flash of lightning from Cal, then
Like you
then
pulled it sideways.
and it's like that. That thing of where's the lightning, where's the thunder? You
Yeah.
know, how far away is the storm? Lightning then thunder. The storm is here. You are in the eye of the storm, battling on top of the Sanctum.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 damage. Carvilius has been bending, turning her head to try and bite down her eye, and with again she sort of flaps up clumsily with one wing as she feels like pain in the gem. That is Radian's turn.
These little things that are attached to Parvus, these little chains.
Yeah.
Is there anything particular about them? Like they look to be in this image that I can see. They're kind of like glowing structures.
Yeah, they are kind of glowing with a sort of bluish spectral energy, much like the energy of the of Kel's spectral parents. They're not glowing with black energy like the gem. They're glowing with spectral, kind of bluish, almost radiant energy, you might think.
Right.
But they do appear to have, as I has tried to bust a lock, locks on them, connecting them to the necklace itself, which seems to be made of a solid piece of metal.
And they seem to be attached in a non-spectral way.
In a practical way.
In a practical way. I'd like to fire 4 magic missile bolts.
Yeah, love that.
To every single one of the edges of, so to basically to the lock.
So there is a lock at the. Yeah, so the lock.
It was like to smash the connection.
There's a lock at the connection of the neck, and there are locks at the connections of the spires by which they're connected. Where would you like to go? Ends of the spires or round his neck?
Would it be more dangerous if I was doing it round?
No, magic missile can't miss.
Great, then I do it round the neck.
Around the neck. Okay, I'm gonna say. Say that these are special locks. So I'm going to say they have more HP than you can do with one magic missile, but they will have essentially, you fire 4 bolts in, you can roll your damage. It's 1d4 plus 1 for each bolt.
2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3.
2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So there is a mount left. They are all. You're right close to it, and you see that there's sort of like a way, like a weakening, but the locks don't break open.
Okay.
That is Reactha and Kadok's turn. And they move towards you, Kelnus. First your mother, and then your father, and they're going to...
Just a sentinel
Don't
check.
give in to it. I know there's good in you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
How close are they to me?
You will get opportunity attacks on both.
Thank you.
Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
It's a natural 20.
They stop. Oh my god, I wrote nat 20 on a nat 20.
Oh, it's very satisfying.
Ha! That's so cool. You watch as they move towards you. Do you want to take those
Can I
opportunities?
shout and be like, as in, Kel, do I? And I have my pike.
Yeah. Elwyn is about to attack your parents. Do you want to let her do that? You see, as they start to move towards you, you call out to them. Did you say fight it?
I said, don't give in to it.
Don't give in to it.
I know there's good in you.
And you're still staring into the face of your mother. And it's as if that absence of humanity just flickers back in. And she sees you. And you look over to your father and he sees you. And she reaches her hand out towards you, at which point Elwyn says, do I attack them?
Hold. I look into my mother's eyes and I say, you see me. I can see that you see me. See who I have become.
And she nods. And you watch as this spectral tear falls from her eyes and she opens her mouth and she speaks, but no sounds come out. Her words are lost to the wind. And she reaches a hand out towards you and she touches the side of your face and her hand is at first cold and then warm. And then you feel another hand on your face and your father's at your side.
And I smell, perhaps from memory more than anything else, scent of flowers and wood shavings. And I reach into my pack and I pull out a spoon. And I place it in my hands and I show it to the spectral spirit of my father. And I say, see what you taught me. And I pull a bar of soap out of my pack that's very slippery in the rain. And it's the soap that I bought in Yannick. And it's the soap that is the scent that my mother used to make. And I show them these objects and I say, this is what you are to me. You sent me to the people who could make me who I am. These are for you, and I lay them on the floor at their feet.
And your father drops his head, and you can see his shoulders shaking, and if you could hear sound, you'd hear weeping, and your mother picks those things up from the floor and she smiles. Aye, that's your turn.
I hide.
Emotionally, I hide. I looks to Radian and says,
It will be quicker your way. Keeps doing it.
and I want to take aim for a shot at the gem.
Yes. Are you adding anything to the? Are you taking your final dip?
I can't imagine necrotic would do anything to the gem.
Okay.
Would it? I don't know. I mean,
Fuck it.
do you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Dip, you fuck.
Dip, you fuck.
What did you roll?
I goes to take a shot, and the AMC goes,
Fucks it.
boom.
Dips in the last of this black.
Dips in the last. That is a 16.
Hits.
Okay.
Hits the gem.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one for it. That is 12 total with my
Yeah, with including the necrotic.
Sorry, no, not the, that's 12 with the modifier. Necrotic was 2d6, right?
2d6, yeah.
8. So that's 20 total.
The first little cracks in this gem start to appear.
I'm going to ask a question
Yes.
of you now.
Yes.
We've left combat and we've re-entered combat.
We're still in it. The music has changed. Combat has not. Nothing's dropped out. Like, that's a little storytelling moment that's happening in the midst of everything. We're still very much in initiative.
No. Between the levels. So from this level, we had a moment and
Yes.
then we re-entered. Do I get to re-click my heels?
Yeah, boy.
Cool.
I must re-click.
Please don't run off the edge.
2. Okay, 2 turns.
Okay.
I will, but I'm not clicking them yet.
Okay.
I would like to use my movement and go towards Parvus
Yeah.
and turn my back in a sort of protective
Yeah.
stance.
Like an anti-cower. Like an anti-grovel.
Yes.
So the anti-grovel. I'm not there. I'm not groveling. I'm looking up and I'm saying,
like you
don't you fucking even think about it.
Like you did to Radian in the fight with the Argo, right? Was it Radian that you stood over the body of? Or perhaps it-
Yeah.
Okay. Elowen, that's your turn.
Obviously, I am not going to attack either of these spectral figures, but I am going to. I'm going to move towards Kelmus. I'm just going to give Kelmus' hand a squeeze.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take out my bow and take 2 shots at the gem.
Okay. And I'm going to say, with a hand squeeze, yeah, great. You get advantage on the next thing you do. I think this is a moment in which these things are so close to the surface. So you can take a couple of shots with your bow.
That is only a 9.
Misses.
And that is a 16.
Hits.
Cool. So a D8. Why are D8s always hard to find quickly?
That's a 10, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm
There
more
were
of
proper diamonds, like the proper...
Yeah, that one. Oh, shit. That only hits for 4.
Okay, half to 2.
Yep.
Okay. That's... Carvelius is going to use a legendary action. And she turns and she sees Kelnis with his parents. And in Draconic you hear her shout, "No! No!" And she's going to bite down at you, Kelnis, and attempt to... That is it's a 24 to hit. Which is 15 piercing damage. That is Carvelius' turn. She's got hate in her gut. And you are the center of that hate at the moment, Cal. She's going to bite at you again, and she's going to attack you with her claws. Bite is a 14.
Was it 14?
14.
To hit?
To hit, yeah. Just attack.
Oh, yeah, no, no, that misses.
Okay.
You've got bark skin up still.
Yeah, 17.
Claws is a 15 and an 18.
15 misses, the 18 hits.
Okay.
Silvery barbs on me.
19.
But I need to stop it.
She has massive to hit. So she,
Once again, you hear through the rain,
Stops getting involved.
that is that's only 10 slashing damage. She's and also she's now no longer flying. She descends into the space to attack Kelnis. So I'm going to say she. Ooh, I don't. Ooh, God, that felt really scary.
If she descends in, I wouldn't get opportunity, would I?
No, when she leaves, not enters.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could technically attack someone as they run towards you to attack you.
Yeah, true.
That is her turn. Kelnis, that's your turn. She stood right next to you. That black gem is right in your face.
I take a brief moment to turn to the spectral images of the parents I never knew. And I say to them, you loved me enough once to give me up. Love me again and help me in life. And I call lightning down on the dragon again.
And I'll say that your parents add their power to yours, and she'll roll the save with disadvantage. First one's a 2. She can only do one worse. I mean, it's not. She rolled a 2 and an 8, so it's a 2.
4d10.
4d10.
20 damage.
The gem shatters. And Carvelius lies. This gem explodes, shatters into a cloud of ash. And there's a thick black dust engulfs the dragon, and it blocks out all the light. And when the ash clears, Carvelius is there. She's crumpled on the floor. Her chest is rising and falling with each breath. Her eyes are closed. And she raises her head, dazed, and looks around herself like she's waking from a deep sleep. And her scales seem to have lost even more color, whether it's the black dust or whether it's something else. And she doesn't have the strength to get to her feet. But she looks at Parvis and she looks at you, Kelnis. And she says, "Oh, you are golden, child. I thought it as we climbed the mountain.
Hardly seemed the time to speak of such things. I thought perhaps there would be a better day. But now it seems I was wrong.
She looks like Graunoth did in those last moments that you saw him.
I want to move forward to her, and I open the scroll and lean down to her, sensing there's something different in her since this gem shattered.
Yeah.
And I hand her the letter from...
letter from Barabask.
From Barabask.
Yeah.
Which explains everything, who we are, and what he was planning.
Explains
to do to us.
Barabask's treachery.
Yeah.
And she says,
He wished us to follow him. Those of us that still lived, Runa, Genevieve, Parvus.
She looks at Parvus, who's still sort of slumped. He raises his head and looks at her, and in Draconic, she says,
I am sorry, my old friend.
when we refused back into common,
He overpowered us, all three. New power. New power that comes from the dark. That comes from the shadows. That is what he has now.
What lies beyond the Alanites?
The Fae. And the Shadowfell.
and then she looks at you, Cal.
Perhaps there is something I can do for you. Something that repays the cruelty of all this.
She gestures with a claw. And then the wind stills. And she waves her clawed hand again, trembling as she does so, and a thick white mist rolls in. And it writhes, it moves like a living thing, and then Carvilius closes her fist. And the mist becomes a wave which crests high above your heads, foam-flecked, and it falls towards you. It crashes into the marble at your feet, and then it settles. And as you, five of you, sort of huddle back towards Parvus into this center, you're right next to her, Eye. You see Carvilius give one last long breath, and then her eyes close. And what's left are two Dragonborn figures, Reactha and Kadok, Kelnis's parents. And they look at you, Kel, and the mists become a spectral forest, forming these tall, thick-trunked trees. And the two of them start to run, but they stay in the same place, the trees moving past them, whipping past faster and faster. They throw desperate looks over their shoulders. And the wind picks up again. And you look in the arms of your father, and he's holding an egg. And as he runs, there is this bolt of light that sears out from somewhere and strikes him in the back. And he falls, and the egg falls, and Reactha reaches out a desperate hand and catches it just before it hits the forest floor, and she turns to Kadok. She puts her arms under his shoulders. She tries to lift him. He's gone. And there's the barest moment of hesitation, and she runs. She runs again. And the trees move, and your father's body moves, and she's running through the forest, faster and faster. The branches seem to reach out towards her, the roots of the tree starting to take steps. And she stumbles through a thicket, her arms wrapped tight around this egg, the scratches on her face from the bracken. And you watch as she comes to a stop and she reaches an oak tree with a hollow at its base. And she looks around, breathing hard. And she places the egg in the hollow of the oak tree, puts her hand on it just like she put her hand on you. And she goes to rise, she looks up and there's a figure there. Who you recognize as Leathmal the Treespeaker. He's dressed in simple clothing, browns, greys and greens. This rough woolen cloak, hempen fibers, all looks to be homespun. And she starts to speak to him and he to her, but their words are lost to the wind. And after hesitation, the Treespeaker reaches down and takes the egg. And Riaktha looks at him, and she starts to run. She runs. And Leathmal and the egg and the trees whip past and disappear, and Riaktha is alone. And now she seems to be slicing at everything, banging her sword on the trunks of trees, crashing through bracken, making as much noise as she can. She runs. You can see her shouting, calling, screaming into the wind. And she reaches a clearing. And she sits cross-legged on the forest floor. She closes her eyes and breathes. And as you watch, she is sitting beneath the trees, marveling at the beauty of the shape of the leaves and the night sky above and beyond. And a figure enters the clearing. A skeletal figure wrapped in loose lengths of cloth. Her head turns, and the forest disappears, and so does she. And that's where we'll end our session. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for this part of our adventure. We'll see you all very soon for more adventures in the world of Reliquia. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.